What is up, guys? Welcome back to Call Me Old Fashioned, where we talk everything bourbon, whiskey, and of course, old fashions. Today we're just gonna have a couple drinks, hang out, catch up with the chat, let you guys know where I've been, things like that. So, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, do all that jazz. We do go live. The live stream time is gonna be changing though. We're not gonna do 8:45s anymore, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So, again, how are you guys? Welcome back. Happy Monday. Hopefully your Monday went well, and hopefully work didn't beat you up too bad. But if it did, welcome here. Have a drink. Let's get this stream started. So I'm gonna start off with I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna start off with some lower proof stuff, and then kind of work my way up, rather than just diving into the higher proof stuff. Maybe kind of switch up the flow. You know, most of the time I like to dive into just the highest proof stuff I get, and then kind of work backwards, which doesn't always work the best. So Hibiki, super low. I think it's like 86 point something, right? No, just 86 even. Hibiki. This is obviously a Japanese whiskey. It's really good though, but it's different. So I want to kind of start with that, kind of see how that flows through the night. You know. For the chat, Makata says, "Where have you been, man? We've been missing old fashioned." Bro, I went MIA for a minute, didn't I? I was I was doing a bunch of stuff, to be honest, and I had a couple photo shoots, an engagement or a maternity shoot as well. So we were doing some stuff. But welcome back. I don't know if I clicked all the buttons. Sometimes I don't know when I click all the buttons when we go live. But hopefully I did. Let me check one thing real quick. Oh, no, there I go. Now I got a little piece there. Cool. Well, yeah, so I'm going to start with this Hibiki. I feel like I haven't drank in a hot minute though. Tuxedo says, "Went off the grid." You know, just trying to be like you, bud. Trying to go off the grid. Now I only missed like one day, right? Friday. Shelton said, "K, wow, not even a call-in." I just started. It's always a call-in towards the end of the show. I thought you were live, bud. Are you live right now still? I'm not watching your ads. Check. But honestly, I was going to do a Japanese smoked old fashioned, and then realized I didn't have any ice. And like Japanese old fashions are very particular when it comes to their ice. I don't think I could just run in and grab some cubes and just do it that way. I'm sure I could, but like, would it be the same? Probably not. You watered this down too quick, it probably wouldn't be that good. And that's what, you know, the bigger ice kind of allows you to do. Allows the ice to melt slower, less service. High Top says, "Wow, we're just saying our names now." I said High Top. Put that there. Put that there. Bro, you said my name, fam. Tuxio says, "Now High Top's got to go into witness protection." I tried to tell him. I told him he's got to go hide. Can't be throwing out governments like that, you know? But yeah, this stuff's like super, I mean, I'm sure you guys heard me talk about it before, but it's super citrusy, floral. Normally I start with like something like a little bit more harsh, darker, oakier. You usually kind of blows your palate out fairly quick. So I wanted to start with this to see how it kind of blows into like the next bottle. You know, does it allow it to elevate it, or does it allow you to just have a drink without facing you know? One dislike. Appreciate it, bud. But either way. So yeah, live stream times are going to change. It's no longer going to be 8:45 Eastern time. We're going to be pushing those to more closer to like 9:30, 9:15-ish. So kind of like the time I went live today, that will probably be more like the normal for the time being at least. most of you guys show up when it comes to the later stuff anyway, so I don't think you guys are going to be too upset about that. Daniel says, hey, go Panthers. We're still riding high on that one, boys. Still riding high on that one. But yeah, so Collins, we may turn it into a Collins show in a little bit. Who knows? But the the live stream times are going to change from like 8:45 to around 9ish. We're still nailing down the exact time. That part has to depend on the kids. So if I had to guess, 9:30, but I went live tonight 9:15. It wasn't that bad. So yeah, never know. And it's Monday. I told you we're going to start trying to do 2 days or 2 weeks, Monday and Fridays. Monday's a little tougher. So after this, I think I'm going to switch up the bottle to something else. That Bullet Rye, always call my name. But I think I may have like a little of the Barstown Rye, the never-ending bottle of ryes, you know. Danielle says, laugh my ass off. Go Leafs, by the way. Happy Canada Day. She's like, had to. I mean, Panthers won. I don't know about no Leafs or nothing. Speedster says, hello. What's going on, bud? Tuxedo's like, it's Canada Day? Hey, I didn't know. I didn't know either. 4th of July is coming up, too. Speaker said, just join. What's going on? Well, this stream's just kind of a little hangout stream where we talk a little bit of bourbon, a little whiskey, old fashions, of course, since the names call me old fashioned. But we kind of just hang out for this one. Normally, I try to do something more like review-wise, where I review something or explain a cocktail or something along those lines. But yeah, I filmed the whole video and then realized it didn't hit record. So I did hit record on one camera, just not the other camera. So I got pissed. I didn't even refilm it. So Tuxedo says someone got me a bag of milk and some Tim Hortons because somebody get me a bag of milk and some Tim Hortons because it's Canada Day. That's funny. I've never had Tim Hortons. I don't hear it's that great either, but I drink Starbucks, so it can't be that bad. Danielle says bag of milk. I don't know where that part came in either. Sweezer says pretty chill. It sounds. Yeah, I mean it's fun. This is I took a couple days off. Now we're just kind of getting back, and yeah, we're just kind of hanging out. I wish I would have prepared something a little bit more educational, right? A little bit more pizzazz on it, but I didn't. I was going to because I was going to post that video that I almost recorded, and then we were going to talk about each one of those in the live, after that video got posted. But yeah, I don't know why I didn't hit record. Tuxedo, he says it's chill. Tuxedo Cat also gets a little crazy in here, so he's luring you in, and then he's going to show you some creepy shit or weird shit, however you want to take it. I don't know. He's fun though. Keep grinding, King. Hey, always, Mitch. Always. Tuxedo says, Danielle, don't tell me you've never heard of that. Speaker said, a lesson, perhaps. Usually I make an old fashioned sometimes on here, but I've made it. I make mine the same way every time. So I literally have made it for the first videos, the first 20 or 30 videos. I did it, and I was like, at that point, everybody kind of knew how I made it already. But yeah, no, I mean, somebody called me out in the last live stream saying I didn't know how to make cocktails, so I made a bunch of them, and then I just didn't hit record, and I was looking at it too. I could see it here, but I thought it was recording, and it just wasn't. Daniel said, nope, haven't, hence the question. Don't tell them that. Oh. Yours truly says, have you tried Frank August whiskey? Frank August. I don't think so. So I mean, still Austin, but see, the only thing close I can think of for that. Let me do this. Let me switch up my camera thing, make it a little wider. Boom. Now people can kind of see a little bit more of what we're working here. Peter says, that sucks. I mean, it happens. Doesn't happen often, but yeah, it was like a long one too. It was like a 25-minute video, like with a ton of stuff in it. I was like, yeah, that's a good one. And I went to go edit it. I'm like, where's the other part? All you could see was like my hands and no audio. So I was, yeah, it sucked. So it is what it is. I'll redo it eventually. I just didn't want to do it back to back because then I would have felt like I was trying to copy it, and you can't copy it. It just doesn't make sense. Tuxie says, can't believe I got to teach a Canadian about Canada. LOL. I mean, you can teach us all. I don't know what the bag of milk thing is for either. Speaker says, like the camera view. Yeah, I got the setup. I like to switch it up. I can switch up to like just the second camera here. I can switch up just to me. But I like both of them. It gives it a little bit more perspective of what's going on. Speaker said 25 minutes. Wow. Well, it took me a while to make them. And like talk about each one a little bit. And the intros, the outros, and the bullshit in between that I was doing. So, yeah, heartbreaker. Daniel said, or you could tell me. Maybe he got milk because he's a cat. Austin in the chat says, good afternoon, everybody. I'm back. I was on vacation. Me too, Austin. I was on vacation. But welcome back. Brandon says, what's up, buddy? Hey, what's going on, bud? Welcome to the stream. Tuxedo Cat says, Call Me Old Fashioned got some great camera views. Now that's all that's left is some POV stuff. But that's when Call Me Old Fashioned goes OnlyFans. Proud. You know what I could do? I could pull up my phone and do like a. Let me see if I can do this. Hopefully it doesn't like go on my face, but. Oh, I just totally butched up the stream, didn't I? Fucked that all up. Way to go, Tuxedo. You got me out here clicking buttons. I don't know how to get it to go. All right, I'm done trying. I'm done trying that. I could though. I could switch it to my phone and do it from here, but I could tape the phone to my head too. Tuxedo says there. That's all. Speedster says, how long have you been on YouTube? For this channel, I started this channel like middle of December, end of December. We went live for the first time on New Year's, so if that gives you perspective. But I had other channels. I've done a few things. But I also I know cameras, so if that's what you're talking about. Just, I don't know, Forfeit, I think, says, are you into crypto? I mean, I dabble. I went pretty good. You got a good spank in there from GameStop a second time around because I didn't learn my lesson the first time. But I mean, hey, that's not crypto, but you know what I mean. Tuxedo says, okay, Danielle, I'll tell you, LOL. In parts of Canada, milk comes in bags instead of bottles. Oh. Well, they have that here too in like lunchrooms, like in school back in the day. He's like, if you knew, why did you ask the question earlier? Buddy, you were making it sound like you were about to make this cocktail of coffee and milk of some sorts in a bag. So, anyway. It wasn't a joke, Danielle. He was just saying he wanted a bag of milk and coffee from Tim Hortons. You know, I was testing out the theory of should I start with lower proof stuff and then kind of working out to like a higher proof stuff, right? Because normally if I go and I drink Jack Daniels right now, 133 proof, going down from there, it doesn't really matter. There's no difference. It would just get, weaker, right? But you can also say it can get weaker the more you drink too, just because you're getting used to it. I don't know if I'm a fan of starting with at least that lower proof. 86, I feel like I'm just drinking water. So let's switch up. Let's go all the way to, let's do Elijah Craig, small batch. Just because I think it's like the next proof point I have is like 94 proof. Tuxie said, oh my God, there's no joke. Bag of Milk and Tim Hortons is just the most Canadian-ish stereotype stuff I could think of. Speaker says, I like streams like this, nice and calm. Hey, I got a little music. I think I deleted it though because I keep getting demonetized. That might be too loud. Mr. Joker in the house, TC. Long time, boys. How's everything? I mean, been a long time for me too. I went a little MIA for a day or two. I don't know. But we're cruising. We're growing. We're moving along. Do this. Ooh, this cork's a little dry. When's the last time I drank Elijah Craig? Big Bob says, I love that Hibiki. Big Bob, I know you like the Hibiki and stuff. I was starting with like the lower proof stuff, trying to work my way up to see if it does anything different from my side, Does it change the way I drink? Does it change the way I like the bourbon each time? Things like that. So, but I like to dive into the higher proof stuff. So I'm going to slowly work up the scale here on the pours. The Hibiki though, honestly, like starting off with it was good. It has good flavor, but it is super weak. Joker says, LOL, I've been off the map, cruised to Mexico, then Florida, then trip back, and a lot of getting the time back. Hey, a cruise sounds awesome. I love going on cruises. We went, me and the wife went on one, like 2 back-to-back right before COVID started, and we had another one booked that got canceled. They kind of gave us a runaround so we couldn't just get our money back. And that was going to be our first Royal cruise. Normally I go with Norwegian. And yeah, we did like 2 of the Eastern cruises, like the St. Thomas, Tortola, stuff like that. St. Thomas is definitely our favorite. Tuxedo says, hi everybody. Just arrived to the stream. How's everybody? He's like, did you see Call Me Old Fashioned, Joker? I wasn't on no cruise. Speaker says, what's the time for y'all? It's like 8:43 for me. It's 9:35 here for me. I'm in Florida, Eastern time. Tuxedo Cat's in Colorado, so 7:34 gang. Joker said, glad to hear everything's moving along. Great to see the stream going. Call Me Old Fashioned family. Appreciate it, bud. Yeah, we're moving, we're cruising. Not on a cruise like you, but we cruising. Joker said, had a tequila tasting. Was dope. Honestly, like, I think I would like to have a tequila tasting with somebody that knew a lot more than I did about tequila, right? That could tell me what I'm drinking, what I could be tasting, like really an in-depth one. If somebody's just gonna be like, here, tequila, here's more tequila. Like, I wouldn't like that because I don't care for tequila that much anymore. But if there was like some craftness to it, then I would be down. Tuxedo said, cruise to Mexico, huh? Damn, Joker. If you would have told me we were taking the Ted Cruz Masterclass, I'd have signed up with you. Hey, if you told everybody, we could have made it like a bourbon cruise or something. I don't know how much it would have worked out for me and the kid, but I mean, we would have figured it out. Whiskey Wisdom says, what's up, brother? Cheers. What's going on, bud? Welcome to the stream. Happy Monday. Hopefully y'all's Mondays weren't too rough, but for me, we just kind of hung out at the house. You guys know I've been like playing stay-home dad for a little bit. That will be changing. The wife's going to be the one staying home, and I'm gonna start working some, or at least more. Daniel says fireworks. Speecher says, what's your favorite part about Florida? Probably 95 on the way out of here. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I just have always lived here. All my sports teams are here, so that's always like a good excuse, but I don't know. I like that everything's, like the gas is somewhat cheaper in areas. The taxes are cheaper, no state tax. Alcohol tax is cheaper. So there's parts like that, but scenery, I don't care for the beach anymore. I'd much rather go to like North Carolina or like somewhere in the mountains. I think that would be cool, but like logistically, it doesn't make sense because my whole business is here, so. But Liz says, cheers, boys. Liz finally tunes in for a stream. Yeah, this is week 2. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to start with lower proof stuff, but I want to say I'm just not a fan anymore. Like, it's good, don't get me wrong. Don't let me just shit on them. I love these bottles, but like the Hibiki's 86 proof. I'm like, it's cool, but give me some juice. The next one I found that I had for like proof-wise was the Elijah Craig 94 proof. So I'm like, okay, it's a little bit higher. Not too much, you know? Joker said, nope, very in-depth on the making process, the honey, the natural sugars in the plant, and how the flavors are very different depending on the cooking process. It was very great. It was very great. Bought a chocolate tequila. Ooh, a little chocolate tequila? Hey, now we're talking. That's cool though. See, like something like that, I'd be very interested in going to, just because I'd love to hear somebody's like that knows what they're doing's thoughts on tequila. I don't think like there's no way this channel ever flips to a tequila channel. So don't worry, because I don't like it like that. But during like the pandemic stuff, bro, me and the wife were taking tequila shots playing Mario Party. So that's all we did. Mr. Joker says, EH, hi. Daniel says, EH, Mr. Joker, LOL. She doesn't get it. Danielle's not a Panthers fan, or she'd know. Speedster says, sounds nice. I mean, it's nice. There's nothing wrong with Florida by any means, but like, I don't do all the touristy stuff anymore because I've been here so long. So like, you can go down to Miami. Like, they got some cool stuff, but you go to St. Augustine, they have the touristy old town stuff if you like more history stuff. You got Disney World somewhere in here. Daniel says, the giggler, LOL, or hello. What? Oh, gotcha. I think it mixed it up for a second. Big Bob said, this would be better if you were blocking an overpass right now. Bro, that guy's fucking crazy. Like, he's cool. But there's no fucking way I can get on the highway here. We got rear-ended the other day. Like, not bad. Like a little baby bump. You know what I mean? Like a little... Somebody whispered car crash in the back. You know, like the LaCroix of, you know, fender benders. So... But, like, we didn't even make it on the highway before we got fucking whacked. Mr. Joker says, I hear the keys are amazing for the keys. Key lime pie. I don't like key lime pie, so I'm going to have to say I don't know. Tuxedo said, accidentally posted a selfie. Dang, bro. Gotta look that up. Gonna have to pull it over on the stream, you know? How would you accidentally post that on YouTube? How does that even work? You've been pumping out some shorts, my guy. I feel bad. Now I got to subscribe. Hendrix in the chat says you. No, you. Speaker says, wow, traffic that bad in Florida? Oh, God, it is the absolute worst. Like, Florida sucks for traffic. And then you get, like, when you're leaving Florida, you hit Georgia. And then you can't speed. So now you're just kind of sitting there with them. So I don't like Georgia for that. As soon as you hit, like, South Carolina, everybody kind of breaks apart and goes their own ways. You get to North Carolina, you got mountains. So if you don't like that, then that's the only part that sucks. But other than that, like, it's fairly easy to drive through that. Speaker said, might play some Fallout 74 later. Man, I don't remember the last time I played video games. I think maybe a year ago I was playing like MLB The Show. I think that's the last thing I played. Tuxedo says, LOL, not on YouTube. I was just making a joke. Well, you should have said that quicker because I went and looked. What else? What do you think's next? From 94, probably 100 proof, right? I guess 90 proof would have been higher than or lower than 94, so whatever. It's all the same to me. Hendrix says, Tuxedo says, I was too lazy to type. I feel that. Understandable. Sometimes it's like that, you know? I can't knock you for it. But if you were saying you posted a selfie, unless everybody else here has you on like Snapchat or something, then I don't know where they would have seen it. Hendrix says the most common way to make money in this economy are by investing it on the stock exchange and investing in stocks, or I don't know if anybody here was asking how to make money, Hendrix, but thanks. And that's not the most common way, I'll tell you that. Tuxedo did say skip 100 and go to 102. We just did Bottles and Bond last time. Understood. What do I have 102 of? I'm upset that I think I just skipped over the rye, though. I don't remember what the proof is on this. Less than 102, I'll tell you that. So I have 115 Old Foresters and 100 proof of that. Bro, what? Tuxie said, there's a beautiful bottle on your right. That's exactly 52%. A tall, beautiful bottle dressed in a beautiful blue dress. Is that the one that's 102? Is that why you said that? That's funny. It's 104 proof though. But yeah, you're right. That would be the next one. Speedster says, how many times have you gone live? Speedster, you're late. You're late to the party on that one. So we were going live every Friday, 8:45 p.m. Eastern time. We're gonna switch that to probably like a 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'll post something in the community tab that will like officially tell everybody what time it is. But I've been going live like every Friday, and then there's been weeks where I'll go live every day. Like we went live the other week we went live twice last week or the week before that. I mean, for like 6 hours twice back to back. So that's why we tell everybody turn the bell on, subscribe, and then that way you just get notified when we go live. But we were pumping out some live streams. Hendrik said sexy. But Joker said Del Barrio Mariano. Mariano? I don't know. Chocolate. That's what I bought. Well, I mean, I was figured you were going to come bring me like a shot or something, but I mean, hey. Tuxedo says, I'll tell y'all how to make money. First, get a gun. Tuxedo says it's 104. Yeah. Speedster, I told you he's crazy. I don't know. I wasn't lying to you. Tuxedo says I've never said my financial advice was professional. Just like all the YouTubers that talk about stocks, they go, "This is not financial advice. Just follow what I do, and you'll make money like a millionaire." Tuxedo, by the way, I do drink this bottle quite often now because, like, I've done some damage to it. I've had it for a long time. I've done some damage to it, comparatively, right? There we go. He's like, very smooth, creamy chocolate, very good. Hey, I'm here for that. Is it more like a liqueur with tequila in it, or is it like a tequila with hints of chocolate? I mean, I'm not reviewing tequila on the channel, so. We'll turn it into a call-in show, have Joker come review the tequila live on stream. It's like the things I'll do to this bottle. Frank in the chat, what's going on, buddy? He's like, I'm usually pretty bourbon oriented, but I stepped out of the box and tried Jack Daniel's single barrel strength. Gotta say, not bad. Yeah, I mean, depending on what proof you got. I mean, they're all, I don't know, I like them all, so. Mine's 133.3 proof, but I got this one. This is a 375 liter. And I got this one simply because it was the highest proof one at the store. I like this one a lot. Tuxedo Kez put my cork. Okay. Speedster says, ever made homemade moonshine? No, I don't really like make alcohol. I usually just buy it. But if you can call it moonshine, I've had the Old Smokies and the Sugarlands and all the stuff that comes from like Gatlinburg. Mr. Joker says, liquor death. LOL, I'm down. Oh, to the call-in? Hey, we can make it happen. Frank says, 128 of mine. And on a 7.5, like a 750 milliliter, that's actually fairly good. Everything I was finding was like 120, 121, 122, and I was like, there's 133 right here. Let me just get this one. And it saved me a couple bucks. So obviously I have enough alcohol. I wasn't dying to make sure I had the big bottle. But it's very good. I made an infinity bottle with a lot of like higher proof stuff with the Jack going in it. So it actually turned out fairly good. Bro, this bottle. Tuxedo Cat's like willing this bottle into my heart is what he's trying to do. Bro, it's like when I first got it, I was like, you know what? It's okay. It's good, it's okay. But the more I drink it, the more I'm like really liking that vanilla, like melted ice cream taste to it. Eisenhower is how you pronounce the tunnel. Call me old fashioned. Bro, I can just skip over it. I don't have to. I don't have to say any of it. Bonnie Voicing says, where you been? Call me old fashioned. Where have you been, Bonding? Where have you been? I've been getting some things done. I was bro, I mean honestly, I've been tired. like with the wife going back to work, I was watching the kid 90% of the time, like while she was working. And bro, by the time it was like she got off work, I was ready to pass out. Joker says it was very raining up here today. Speedster says 1 like equals a different big boy beverage. Like, what do you mean? Like I have to drink 1 drink every like? I mean, that's a little dangerous. Not that we get like a bunch of likes in here or nothing like that. We don't get viewers like that, but if we did, I could get tore up from the floor up fairly quick. Bro, Tuxedo, you good, bro? You be throwing some sus ass stuff into the chat today. He's like, need me some moisture. Okay. Big Bob says he needs that hot too. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, every like, bro, that'd be kind of rough, bro. Like 1 like for 1 shot. What I would do, we don't have the ability, so it's not like it really matters. Like every donation, I would do a shot or something like that. I think that would make it worth it. But every like, it's free, bro. There could be a flood of people all of a sudden, and I just get 30 shots deep. I wouldn't be able to do that. Bonnie Whiskey says, rough. Curious what build number that is. Penelope, apparently 1 and 3 were the best. This is build number 7. I didn't look too much into the different builds, but anybody I asked that said they liked it said they had build number 7. But that's just, I didn't do like some super investigation on it. I went by Cat's word on that one. Speedster says, what's your taste in music? I like everything. It just depends on what day and what I'm doing, you know? Like I like some good country music, but also like I'll dabble into like some screamo stuff, you know? So it's just depends on what time you're catching me. I may be in the car and maybe I'm listening to rap. So, I mean, I like everything. Huge says, Joe. Joe who? Tuxedo Cat says, maybe don't live in Texas. He's like, because Bonnie says, Cat, I don't want to hear it. I had to walk 10 miles in the Texas heat. I went to the store earlier, just like up the road, and I drove. And I was like, this is miserable outside. That's why I don't leave the house. Cat apparently says he tells me all the time that number 3s, he has like 6 3s in a box. First I'm hearing of this. Speaker says it was 102 here where I live yesterday and I was dying. Well, I believe on what I saw earlier from when I left, I don't even remember what time, maybe like 5 o'clock. It was like 106 was the feel like, and I was like, nah, I'm good. Huge says, Joe Mama. Priest, bro. He says, thanks, y'all. Have a good night. Sleep time for me. Hey, thanks for stopping by. I'm still waiting on the new joke, but like, you know, while you work that one up, you can still drop those in. It's fine. Joker says, call me old-fashioned, listens to rap where he said the N-word because no one is around. You can't prove nothing, my boy. Can't prove nothing. No. I don't listen to like rap. I listen to like Tom McDonald, bro. Like I don't really care for a lot of rap too much. If you know who that is, then you'll know a lot more answers just by that. Nothing worse than a dehydrated car? Oh. pissed out all of its coolant. That sucks. Huge says, my new joke from last time makes up for this time. Okay. McDonald's is woke rap. Kinda. But also, like, shitting on, like, a lot of that. How does a cow do math? I don't know. He's like, don't worry, I have some. Okay, cool. That's all that matters. If you have it, I'm trying it. With a calculator? That's a good one. We're just going to change the stream to just all dad jokes. Joker says, what do you call a less on fire? Bro, they're moving quick. LGBBQ. Oh, I got it now. Damn. Roast. Bonding your whiskey, maybe it's user error. You just got your license, so maybe, you know, you never know. Frank says, tried any of that Lucky 7 stuff? Currently sipping the 12-year. Don't know much about it. Lucky 7. I don't think so. I'm more of like a visual. Let me pull it up real quick. No, I haven't. But I almost picked it up the other day because somebody had it on sale for like 45 bucks. And I also saw there's a store around me that just dropped Baker's 7 from $79.99 to like $34.99. I was like, I may need to go. Speedsters, what's a cow's favorite subject? Multiplication? I don't even know how to pronounce that out. Speedster, you know a lot about cows apparently. Do you live on a farm? He says, all your jokes are cow related, Speedster. He's like, no farm. Just like cows. I mean, you gotta show up for work, bud. I don't know. Frank says 34 in the Bakers is great. I know. I almost bought it for the 79 the couple weeks ago, and I didn't. And then I saw it on sale, and I was like, I really need to go get it. But that means like leaving the house again, which I don't like to do. So hopefully, that store is not super popular, so I don't imagine it's gonna sell out. And I think they put it on sale because nobody was buying it there. So he's like, no, I wish though. Speedster, what state are you in? Alabama? Mississippi? New Mexico? Those are my guesses. All of them. All of those are my guesses. Like, seriously, I love cows. Big succulent ribeyes. Oh, Georgia. Oh, Mr. Joker says Georgia. Well. Bro. Tuxedo Cat's in one of those moods today, boys. Watch out, he'll start humping you. Yep, Speedster said Alabama, which was my first guess. I'm just saying that's a W. I could tell a few things. When I said the liquor tax and the state tax, he was like, oh, that's nice. I was like, okay, state tax and high liquor tax, Alabama. He said that so I knew he was somewhere between Texas and Florida. So he was in that window. So somebody grabbed my badge because I'm a detective. Bonnie says, I saw this year's little book for a 185 plus tax. Wanted it so bad. By the way, went bourbon hunting before heading to work. Might have been a punishment for thinking about spending money. Yeah, don't you dare think about spending money. Your car will let you know. Cat's like, I like how I came first circle on the Canadian joke. I appreciate it. I like the full circleness. What are you boys doing for the 4th of July? You guys just going to hang out at the house? Are we doing cookouts? Vacation? What are we doing? Speedster said a friend of mine bought eggs for $6. Were they magic eggs? I mean, food's expensive, so it's probably like the price nowadays. I hate going to the grocery store because I hate knowing the price of what the food costs anymore. We'll switch up. We'll switch up. High Top Sports Recruiting in the chat says need to try that. You do need to try this. If you're talking about the Penelope. Tuxedo says, do a flaming shot at the highest proof stuff you got. I don't want to do that. That doesn't sound fun at all. Javier says, has anyone tried Redwood Empire Foggy Bureler? I have not. Bro, I've been dying. I almost picked it up. That's the one bottle I've actually seen in a while. I've been looking for Screamin' Titan though, like nobody's business. So we're gonna get them, but I don't have them yet, unfortunately. Did you guys see that? I don't know if you guys like the New Riff stuff. New Riff posted on like their Instagram and their website that they are doing this like blend of like all their super aged stuff. Right now they just released 2 8 years, an 8-year bourbon and an 8-year rye. And they apparently have some older stuff as well that was meant for the bottle that I'm talking about. So it's supposed to be a blend of like 8-year, 10-year, and 12-year of New Riff. And it's like 1 barrel, I think is what it is. And they're basically selling raffle tickets for $5. And if it gets you in chance to win. And if you win, I think you gotta pay like $2.50 for the bottle, which is a lot of money. And then and you have to pick it up in store. So you'd have to go to Ohio. So if you guys are in that area and you care for that stuff, then feel free to go check them out. I don't have anything to do with it, but I was going to do it until I saw I had to go to Ohio to pick it up. Bonnie says, got burned bad. Can't cook barbecue. Got a burn ban. Can't cook barbecue. Use firework. And restaurants near me are closed. Bonnie over whiskey. Sounds like you need to leave Texas at that point. Show me the proof in the chat. Says cheers, sipping KC bourbon rye. Hey, that's what's up. Welcome to the chat. Welcome. Happy Monday, people. Joker says I'm going shooting. and doing the best fireworks ever. Snakes and sparklers. That's not, bro. Me and my buddy, we go out on 4th of July. I'll do like an early stream, like real early, and I'll show you like what the past years look like. Maybe we go live while I'm doing fireworks or something. I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead, but we usually do a big show. Like his neighbors come to his house, typically like throw him a couple bucks to add in for the show. So we do it fairly big. I'll be looking like a douchebag in like American flag overalls, headband, the whole nine. So me and the kid got matching American flag overalls. Sick. Frank says picked up 1792 Bourbon for $33.99. Damn, bro. He's like, felt like that was a fair price for the quality. I've never seen it that low. I've seen store picks of the foolproof lately. A little pricey though. I think it was like $70. Boris in the chat. Cheers, bud. Welcome. Bonnie Boise says, so New Riff is making their own rare breed. Basically. Like I know it's part of their selling point is like all the $5 buy-ins for the raffle is going to charity, and it's supposed to have some kind of charity stuff going on with it. I didn't read that much into it. As soon as I saw I had to pick it up, I was pissed. So Frank says red meat and bourbon. That's the plans for the 4th. Honestly, you can't go wrong with that combo. Tuxedo says I'm going to Wyoming and we're gonna light off an ungodly amount of Roman candles. Well, if you're doing that, you better play Harry Potter's. You know, if you're playing with Roman candles and not doing the Harry Potter thing, then you got to keep it moving. All right, so we just did 104, so now we're looking for anywhere from 105 and up. So let's see. I got, what's this one? Oh, that was 101. I'm thinking we'll probably end up doing Old Forester 1920. It's 115. Yeah, that's probably the next step up for me. Mr. Joker says not to go political. Trump got immunity. Says make America great again. Bro, if you guys I thought I made a joke saying like we should live stream during the debate, but I was like, nah, I want to watch it. God, bro, that was brutal. You couldn't watch that without making a joke or a meme. Bonnie Boise says Frank had 1792 Bourbon so bad. Oh, he hated his 1792 Bourbon so bad, he just put it in whiskey sours. Damn. I mean, good whiskey sour there, but I told you to let it sit for a little bit. Tuxie says, Mr. Joker, not political, but... Speedster says, getting off in 10 to eat and then going to come back. Hey, we might be here. We usually stream fairly long. But yeah, have fun eating. We'll see when you get back. Javier says, was in can. Store had 2 cases. Yeah, it had 2 cases of Weller Special Reserve 45. Regret not getting 2 or 3 bottles. I like my Weller Special Reserve. I got mine from like a special occasion thing, right? If I saw it for 45, I'd probably get 2. I wouldn't get 3 because like obviously I have a lot. It's not my favorite Buffalo product, but honestly it got second in a blind with almost all this stuff. So I probably would pick up 3 Eagle Rares just because I really like the Eagle Rares. Bonnie who says, Mr. Joker, he got partial immunity. It's like, New York, we shall see. Bonnie Boise says, call me old fashioned, didn't get any better. Was that or down the drain? I meant when you let it sit, you let it sit for like a long period of time. Just let it just chill. Come back to it in 6 months. But I mean, it's your bottle. Do whatever you want with it. I don't really care. Put it in whiskey sours. If that's what you want to drink, that's all you, man. Nobody can stop you. Speaker says, getting off, boys. Gonna be back later. Have a good time. Let me know what happens. Somebody take notes, people. Somebody take notes. Speaker's coming back. Tuxedo says, don't know what to make of it. I mean, how long will it take for them to decide each act as official or non-official? You'll never know. Bonnie says, in Texas, Special Reserve sits here at 30. No one wants it. I mean, at 30, I would buy it. But that's like, the price also is very much based off the area and how fast it sells, because I've never seen Weller in the wild here in Florida. I've never even walked in a store and been like, hey, look, Weller. I've never seen it for secondary. I've seen Blanton's for secondary. You know, I've seen a lot of E.H. Taylor's for high secondaries. I've seen Pappy's for a disgusting amount. You know, I've seen that stuff. When they do drops, like there was a drop somewhat recently. I got the Eagle Rare and Taylor and all that stuff, but like I saw that Weller 12 was released in Jacksonville somewhere, but I didn't get there in time. So Frank says, fair enough, bonding over whiskey, to each his own. It was underwhelming with the full proof. I was underwhelmed with the full proof of 1972. We all kind of have our own love-to-hate relationship with 1972, because I got the small batch and I don't like it. Like, I know like the others are good, everybody loves them. I'm just not a fan. It gave me like this weird dry mouth, but that could be the proof, you know. So I think I may try like the full proof, like a store pick, and see how that goes. And then if I like that, great, we'll keep exploring. If I don't, I probably won't buy anymore. I do have a 1792 pre-mix old fashioned that's fairly good. Mr. Joker says, call me old fashioned, never ask how long and how much was the shelves and lights for setup. Did you do that before you started streaming or slowly build up in the stream? Mr. Joker, glad you asked. You know, I started from the bottom, now we're here. No, I'm kidding. So when I first started the channel was in like December. And I had an office, but it was mainly for my photography stuff. I didn't have room for anything else. And the way I had it set up is I had like this little like bookshelf type of thing that I did all the drinks and stuff on, right? And it was basically in my living room with my kitchen being the background. You can go see it. There's some of the first videos. It does not, some videos look good, some of them look bad, but the light would change from like, I was sitting in a bunch of windows. So like, it didn't look the best, you know? And then I moved, right? And I switched to apartments, and we got an extra bedroom, obviously, for my office. And then the next stream, it just went from like, when we were moving, I put up a black backdrop, right? Which I thought would hide the boxes and hide the mess in the kitchen. And it just made it darker. I kind of liked it, but I didn't like it at the same time. And yeah, now I have this wall. The how much though? Pricey, bro. This room's expensive. So like this right here, these are acoustic wood slats. So they drowned out some of the sound, make it sound better in here. But it's also wood. So I drilled up all these. These are like a foot, every single one of these. And then those were probably the wood slats are probably like $1,500. And then each shelf is like $50. So like 6 of those. This light was probably $100. Every 2 of these lights behind the shelves, those are like $100. And then those strip lights are fairly cheap. So I got them on Amazon for like 20. Honestly, the bottles cost more than all that. So Javier says, nice collection of Redwood Empire. Pipe Dream, definitely a sleeper. You prefer Pipe Dream or Lost Monarch? Bro, that's a question. I really like their Pipe Dream, and I feel like that fits more with my profile and like my palate. But I really like the Lost Monarch. The Lost Monarch's almost gone. I only have a couple sips left, but the Lost Monarch was also the first Redwood Empire I got. And I'm not like the biggest fan of like blended whiskeys and stuff like that, but I got it, I tried it, and I was like, this is really good. And because that was like one of the first times I ventured out of like a southern state whiskey or bourbon, right? For it to be in California, I was like, hey, we're on to something. So then I got the Pipe Dream, I got the Pipe Dream Cask Strength, and then the Grizzly Beast Bottled and Bond. And then eventually I got the Rye, the Emerald Giant. I still want to get the Rocky Top, which is the bottled and bond rye, and then I want to get Screaming Titan. Those are kind of like the gotta get list. Everything else can come after. Tuxedo Cat says, BRB, y'all. Got to heat up some Dino Nuggies. Hey, Dino Nuggies. Those are the move. Just call me Carter. In the chat says, yo, hey, long time no see, bud. What? Bonnie Royce says, Cat, don't forget the bagel bites, kiddo. Hey, I love me some bagel bites. I just saw a video on how to make an adult-sized bagel bite. I've been dying to try it. Joker says, well, the setup looks really good. Your background's awesome. We get a good view of the amount of bottles. Very clear. Never really noticed how well it looks. 100% or hashtag 100. Hey, appreciate it. Yeah, to be honest, Joker, you remember when you first got here, this whole bottom shelf wasn't here. I just added that on Father's Day, this bottom shelf. I have another one up here that people can't see. But when I first got this room, I started standing up. So I would always stand up and make videos and stuff like that. And you could see it that way. But then I started live streaming like longer than an hour. And I said, I can't stand that long. Like, that's ridiculous. I'm not standing to drink. I'll fall over. So I configured it to be sitting down, and I said, I got to add a shelf. Added the shelf, now looks way better. Allows you guys to see more of the collection. Allows you guys to feel a little bit more part of it. Because before I'd talk about bottles, and you guys are like, where's it? What's he looking for? I'd be like, it's over here. Javier says, where in Texas, Bonding? It's the Special Reserve. I'm pretty sure he's in Austin, Texas, but... Just call me Carter said, hey, yo, I just deleted my channel because I was getting bullied. Why were you getting bullied, bud? That's not cool. Alex in the chat says, have you had the new Riff Rye single barrel? No. Brutal. I had the rye in my hands, a single barrel rye, but then they announced they were coming out with the new Riff 8-year rye, and I was like, I think I want that one instead. I didn't realize how hard it was going to be to get. Same thing with, I've had the new Riff single barrel, but I got to get their 8-year bourbon as well. So if you were here for the whole thing I just talked about, New Riff, they're coming out with, they just, on their Instagram, they had a raffle for this like blend of like an 8-year, a 10-year, and a 12-year New Riff. It's like a special release for charity or something like that. So if you really like that stuff and you're in that area, because you have to pick it up, recommend checking them out. The bottle's like $2.50 though, so it's pricey. Bonnie says, Javier, I live west of Dallas, between there, live off I-20. Javier says, thumbs up, bud. Call me Carter says, just because I was posting about some things that were happening to me. Well, that's fucked up regardless. Well, you can always hang out here. We're not going to bully you. I may make fun of you sometimes, but I won't bully you. And the poking fun's always for like a good time, not a messed up time. But yeah, guys, if you guys don't know, normally we go live every Friday, 8:45 p.m. Eastern time. That time is changing. We're going to move it somewhere to around 9:30. If you guys are dying to know exactly what time, sometime this week I'm going to post it in the community tab when we kind of get a better handle on exactly what time it should be. Today we went live at 9:15, and it wasn't bad. It kind of like most people kind of showed up on time, so I think that might be a good move. But a lot of that has to do with the kids, so we'll have to wait and see for that. But besides that, we will go live on Mondays as well, somewhere around the same time. 9:15, 9:30. So those should be our 2 days. But yeah, Fridays definitely going to be more of a professional stream where we talk about stuff. Mondays will probably be more hangout stream. So that's the plan so far. Bonnie Voicey says, also, call me old-fashioned. Where's my shirt at? Your people need to be fired using 2-cent shipping. No, Bonnie Voicey, for some reason your stuff got sent to me, and then I said that they have to change that and then ship it back to you. It never got to me, but apparently a lot of things were like routed to my house for some reason. And I think that's because I was the one that ordered that. Alex says, okay, what's your top 5 bottles you've ever had? Ever had? Okay. I did make a video. I made several like shorts, I'd say, about like top 5s, but for like my newest update, fuck, I don't know how, I only know how to do it from number 1 back. So number 1 is not everybody's number 1, I'd say. My number 1 is gonna be Woodford's Double Oak. But that's a me thing. I really like Woodford's Double Oak for the oakiness. I wish it was a little higher proof, but you know, give and take in some areas. I like the price of it as well. So Woodford's Double Oak would be number 1. Number 2 would probably be a toss-up. Because before I probably would have said Pipe Dream. But honestly, I'd say probably either E.H. Taylor Small Batch or Eagle Rare. I just like drinking those. Again, lower on the proof, so I'd probably go E.H. Taylor Small Batch. Number 3 is going to be the Redwood Empire Grizzly Beast. I like the Grizzly Beast a little bit more than the Pipe Dream. Just a little bit, though. Number 4, probably the Still Austin Cask Strength. It's solid. It's different. It's Texas whiskey, so it's only a 2-year age, but it has tons and tons of flavor. And number 5 is going to rotate, right? You could toss it up between the Bullet 12-year rye. I've been drinking that a lot because I really like that. I have a Russell Reserve store pick that's 110 proof. That's really good. Or, like if I was to pick like something closer to a budget, this Jim Beam 7-year, Jim Beam Black 7-year. This is only like $18 at Total Wine, so. That's a solid bottle for super cheap. So, but that could change, right? My top 5 changes quite often, but the Woodford's never changes. That's always been my A1 day 1. Bonnie Royce says, yeah, cat. Okay, we'll skip that. Yeah, Boris says, Carter, you're welcome here. Nothing but good times and good people. Boris, you're spot on. Tuxu says exactly. Then just for the fuck of it, I don't know what he just said. I can't. Matthew in the chat, or the Matthew, 427, says opinion on Uncle Nearest. I don't know. I haven't had it yet. At least not the new one everybody's talking about. So, if you're telling me I need to pick it up, maybe I pick it up. We can always do a little taste test eventually. Alex says, nice, solid picks. Appreciate it. I mean, they changed, right? Because the issue with me is like I try so many things, so I never really get to sit down and just drink one bottle a lot. So like if you watch the live streams, you'll kind of see which ones I like a little bit more. Because once we do a review, then I switch the bottle to something else, and it's usually one of the ones I really like. Right now, today, what I was trying to test out was, normally I just dive into high proof, right? Don't even think about it, just grab whatever high proof bottle. Today, I slowly worked up. I started with Hibiki right here, a little Japanese whiskey at 86 proof. We moved on to like small batch Elijah Craig at 94. We did some Penelope, which is 104. Now we're on 1920 Old Forester, 115 proofs. I don't know. I'm just testing stuff out, you know. Mario in the chat says, alcohol tastes yucky to me, and I'm allergic to sugar and alcohol mixed. What do I do? Maybe don't drink. I don't recommend anybody to drink unless they really just enjoy it, you know, because why else would you do it? But if I had to guess, I would say, I don't know. Does vodka have? I don't like vodka, so I can't recommend you that. I don't know. Mario, I'm sorry, I don't know. I love to give you an answer, but maybe I'll do some more research on that because that's good. That's a good thing to think about. Javier says, love me some Eagle Rare too. Just picked up McKenna 10-year single barrel. Heard it hits or miss. What do you think? Oh, Javier. I mean, you try it. You tell me first, but I roasted McKenna 10-year. After I praised it, then I roasted it, and then everybody lost their shit on me. I've had 2 bottles of McKenna, Henry McKenna 10-year. First bottle I got, I really liked. I was like, oh, this is really good. Not bad price. I think I got it for like $55 or something like that. And then I went and picked up a second bottle because I ran out. And I was like, yeah, gotta have a second of this. And I tried it. And I was like, I don't know if my palate changed. But when I drank it, I was like, this is disgusting. This doesn't taste anything like the first one. And I was so disappointed because it was, again, it's like $50. $50 can get you a lot of different bottles up here. So I have one, but I never touch it anymore because it's just, I don't like it. So for me, Henry McKenna is on my do not buy list simply because if I have to worry if it's hit or miss, I'm saving my $50. I'm buying something I know is going to hit. That's just me though, right? If I have unlimited money, then sure, I'll pick them up and then I would buy and keep the good ones because the good ones, money, they're really good. But the bad ones are just horrible. So yeah. Bonnie Royce says, Kat, have you seen what was your cousin's shop? Okay, I'll skip that one. Hershey in the chat says, what's your opinion on Calumet? Overpriced. So I've never picked it up. I've seen it. It's everywhere here in Florida. I've had a pour of it like one time, and it didn't like blow my socks off, but I didn't pick it up because I didn't. If anything's gonna cost like over $80, like I gotta know it's gonna have some really good juice behind it. And it wasn't bad, but I was like, I'm not paying over that. So Mario, I already said I don't. You said alcohol tastes yucky to me. But I'm allergic to alcohol and sugar mixed. What I do? I don't know how you could be allergic to sugar and alcohol mixed together. That part's a little weird to me. But if it tastes yucky to you and you can't have it mixed with anything, just drink water, bro. You don't have to drink. You can do other activities. Cat says BRB, y'all. Bonnie Rusty says, gotta do some chores and go sleep. Have to walk to work tomorrow. 3.5 miles. Ugh. Bonnie, there's this thing called Uber. But like, hey, do you, boo-boo. Make sure, hey, make that your workout for the day. I know like you like to do your sit-ups, your push-ups, and all that kind of stuff. Maybe throw on a running shoes, some shorts, bring a change of clothes and a backpack, and do like a little jog to work. Go early, though. That way you have time to clean up. But that's just me. Frank says, that's interesting because it's been very super similar experience for me. Very up and down on the McKenna. I doubt I'll pick up another bottle. Speedster says, I'm back. Yeah, Frank, I mean, let me pull it. Like, I have it, right? And you can see I really haven't touched it. I took 2 pours out of it, and I was just like, whatever. It's just not that great. Yeah, I don't know. For as expensive as it is, right? Because it's not the cheapest bottle. Like if this was considered a budget bottle, then by all means, buy as much of it as you want. But it's 100 proof, right? Bottled in bond. So you're telling me like I could buy, let me scoot this over. I could buy this for cheaper than this. And this one wins every time. This is definitely better than this regardless. So I wouldn't spend my money on the Henry McKenna because it's hit or miss. So I'll just buy the Heaven and Hill bottle because I know it's good, you know. So I'm not gonna risk my money like that. Plus I've had it before, so I don't really care to like dive to have it again. But Joker says, "Do you boo bonding?" Speech says, "Sup boys? What's happened?" Not much. You know, we talked about some things. Nothing too crazy though. Will in the chat says, "Will you eat the margarita freezy pops?" Fuck yeah, I would, bro. A little margarita on a little pool day, bro. 4th of July, I'll drink fucking everything. So a little margarita freezy pop on 4th of July sounds awesome. The kid's in the bed. Kids asleep. I probably was about to get yelled at. Frank says it's a minimum $50, 70 max here. Oh God, no. Like I've got both my bottles somewhat on sale. They're usually around. I got one. My first bottle was 45, and I remember people going, "You didn't get it for that." And I was like, "I'm just telling you what I got it for." And then the next one was like 55. But if it was 70, that's stupid. 70 is stupid. You could get 2 bottles of Redwood Empire for that, you know. Or you could buy a bottle of Grizzly Beast, bottle and bond. A million times better. Bonnie Royce says, good night, everyone. Hey, bud, have a good night. I'll see you on Friday, hopefully, unless I like fall off a cliff again. Speedster says, let me know what happened when I left. Speedster, a lot of people went and they, like Tuxedo Cat's cooking some bagel bites or pizza rolls. I don't remember which one he's eating. He's cooking food. So he dipped off for a second. Bonnie Royce is going to sleep. It's past his bedtime. We got a few people popping in and out, you know. We went over my top 5, so you missed that. My top 5 bottles, you missed that. Alex says, man, when I first tried Buffalo Trace, but it wasn't for me, but I tried the single barrel from Jack Daniels, loved it. So I have small bourbon collection, but I look forward to the new Riff single barrel rye. I'm 22. I mean, Buffalo Trace wasn't for you? Bro, Buffalo Trace is like super family friendly. Like Buffalo Trace and me, like I can see people liking it, but like also being like, hey, it doesn't have enough. Like there's not enough flavor. Because it's just very like kind of basic, right? Buffalo Trace, the bottle itself. This whole shelf is Buffalo Trace stuff. So like you got the Blantons, the E.H. Taylor, the Eagle Rare, Travelers, Weller, Benchmark, you know, stuff like that. So obviously, like if you don't like Buffalo Trace, probably better anyway, because Buffalo Trace is where all that secondary stuff is like super bad on. So Bonnie Royce's like, no Uber, but it'll start at 8 a.m. Get up at 6 and make breakfast and lunch, and then do a little run. Hey, here for that. But yeah, no, I really like the new Riff stuff. So I'm hoping I can get some more other stuff. But I just don't want their basic lineup, to be honest. The single barrels I want, and I want their 8-year stuff. I think that'd be good. Will says, yeah, what's the deal with Buffalo Trace? It ain't that great. I mean, it's good, but it's not that great. Like, I mean, some of them are. Some bottles are really good. Like, I like their Eagle Rare and the E.H. Taylor. The Blands, which is like super hyped up, like this one. I paid 110, which was like secondary. Wasn't like super bad secondary either, but I'm like, it's not worth $100. You know what I mean? This bottle's worth 60, you know? But it's all like FOMO, like people, the fear of missing out of a bottle that could be really good. And the stuff is like very good. Like it's good to drink, right? But Buffalo Trace is right on their MSRP. When they put it out for a price, that's pretty much what it's worth. And to me, if you have a bottle that nobody else can get, that does bring up a cool story when you have friends over. That and being able to still have it on the shelf when you want to drink it. So it has like some perks to it. But I stopped trying to like hunt Buffalo Trace stuff kind of a while ago. I look for other stuff. Not that if I find it for cheap, I'm picking it up because it is good, but good for the right price. Yeah, Speedster says I'm here for a while. Appreciate it. Speedster also says the bottle looks nice, bro. The bottle is, that's part of the marketing here. It's like, bro, it's cool. It was also in what's the name? Fuck, bro. John Wick. Yeah, this bottle's in John Wick. So everybody saw it and they're like, I gotta have that bottle. Will says buzz balls are gross for $5. I don't drink buzz balls. I'm not like my mixed drinks consist of like an old fashioned, hence the name. But beyond that, like I get kind of basic, right? Because I don't care for too much mixed drinks. I like to drink like whiskey and bourbon neat, just like I am now. Just kind of sip it, not taking shots, right? That's for the young man people. I'm not that young. I wish I was, but I like to kind of taste the craft of what it is now. So I don't try to like pound it. Buzz balls are just a hangover waiting to happen. Mr. Joker says, how far are you in streaming? Where can we get some tags for Call Me Old Fashioned so I can rep the fam in the title? What are you talking about? Tags? You talking about like a little thing next to your name, Joker? Alex says, it's not complex for me, but I like it. I like the Blantons. And I have E.H. Taylor Small Batch. Eagle Rare and Weller, full proof. But I haven't opened those 3 bottles. I mean, you got to open the Weller Full Proof then. The Weller Full Proof is one of the better ones. I like the Eagle Rare. I like the E.H. Taylor Small Batch. The E.H. Taylor Small Batch and the Eagle Rare are definitely like up there for me. But it's not like the way I describe all Buffalo Trace stuff. It's like it's very good, right? You drink it, but if you're looking for something overly complicated that just blows your mind, like that's not these bottles. So that's all. I mean, that's what I would say. But it's good. They're good to drink. They're fun to drink. Speedster says, what plant? Bro, my camera's going crazy and it's throwing me off. It keeps trying to focus on my face. Speedster says, what time do you plan on stopping stream? What time do I plan on stopping the stream? I don't know. I kind of stop when everybody kind of stops asking questions. That's technically how we end up with 6-hour live streams. I say I probably could go maybe, I don't know, maybe another 45 minutes or so. I don't know. Just depends. Joker says, yeah, when I type it, it has a logo next to my name. I've joined a club for gun stuff, and when I'm on his channel and his chat, it shows up the gun fam, LOL. Yeah, no, we're like halfway there at this point. The only thing I'm waiting on is watch time. So, I don't know. We don't get that many viewers, to be honest. Like, we get a pop in chat, and the people that come in here, bro, they're loyal as hell. But we don't get a lot of outside stuff. Partly on me, though. Because I should be making other videos and shorts and doing stuff like that. I've just been busy, so. But I will get right on that. But I'd say we probably got another month or 2 before that happens. Unless something changes. Speaker says, nice, I'll be here. Hey, appreciate it, bud. Alex says, have you ever tried any of the Ben Holiday? Great bottles on my palate. So I had a pour. I didn't buy the bottle. I was supposed to buy the bottle of the Ben Holiday Bottled in Bond. I really liked it, but I didn't have I had like you can see how much is in this one, like half a pour. That's basically what I had. And I was like, that's really good. Let me go buy a bottle. And when I did, that's when I was really hunting the rye for the Redwood Empire. And I was like, oh, do I get this one or do I get a rye? And at that time, I didn't have a bunch of ryes. And everybody kept telling me to stop drinking the same stuff. So I went with that instead of the Ben Holiday. So that's on me. But the one I had, the Ballroom Bond, was very good. Yeah, let's chase the dragon. It could happen quicker. I like to kind of tell people like it could take longer. It could be earlier. But a lot of it does depend on me making other videos to rack up some watch time. Hence why I was trying to make a video earlier today, so that way we can talk about it on the live stream, but I just fucked my own self. So Will says, is Appalachian sipping cream electric orange supposed to be refrigerated after opening? Been hot in my car for a week or so. If it's got cream in it and it's been in the car, I can't imagine that's good, boy. That can't be that good. If especially opened, like any of the cream stuff, liqueurs, if it's been opened, it's supposed to go like right in the fridge. Speedster says, I will be part of the fam. If so, will I be a part of the fam? If so, I appreciate it. I mean, always. That part's up to you, you know? A lot of these people, like Mr. Joker, Tuxedo Cat, Bonding Over Whiskey, the only person really missing is Eric. Eric, Buto, a lot of these dudes come in the chat constantly every time I go live. And we just kind of hang out. We have a good time. Alex says, all right, man, I'll see you next. Stay frosty. Hey, frosty. Yeah, I'll be live on 4th of July early morning, and then obviously our Friday stream. So I will see you boys then. Well, Alex then. Speaker says, what is the next stream day? I want to go live on 4th of July. I feel like that'd be a cool thing. Celebrate early morning with you guys just for a little bit. Nothing too crazy, just like a quick, let's have a drink together. And then Friday is our like real live. So I'm thinking of doing like a blind tasting on Friday. Or remaking the cocktail video. But we also do call-in shows. So like sometimes when things get a little froggy, right? I switch over. I drop a little call-in link in the chat, and then people call in and we chat for a little bit. They say, hey, we get off, or they get off, and then we get to the next person. So I may do that here in a little bit. Joker says we should make a call-in. We should make a call-in cheers for the 4th. Yeah, I'm down for that. Let's do a call-in show on the 4th. What fucking time? I'll post it tomorrow because I don't know what time I'm going over to my buddy's house for the 4th of July. I don't know exactly what time, but it'll be like right before that. If I had to guess, it's gonna be early though. It's probably gonna be like 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. So early. Yeah, Joker says anyone can do a call in and just do a cheers, next person. Yeah. Or we can all do it at the same time. That'd be crazy though. That might be a little much. But yeah, no, we could do like everybody pours herself up one of their fancy little 4th of July pours. They come in, we cheers, we have a little sip, say hey, and then we keep it moving. I'll have like a one or two question thing. We'll have it dialed in. We'll do where they just answer like one question. We do a little cheers and then we move on. Speedster says, what do you do in a call-in? I forgot. Speedster? Well, typically, I would drop a link. You would click the link. You call in, right? You just click a button. You would be like this bottom box where this bottle is. Like, we'd be more even. But here, I can just show you real quick. It'd be like this. And that other person, that other box would be the other person. And most of the time, people are calling in and we're just shooting the shit, right? Just saying, hey, how are you? How are you? What's your favorite whiskey? My favorite whiskey is Old Forester 1920. And I'm like, mine's Woodford's. You know, we just kind of hang out. Say, hey. Sometimes I have questions lined up for them. And, you know, we do like a mini interview sometimes. Tuxedo Cat calls in and we play investigator to see if he's a real person. So, bro, we do some weird shit here. Will says, should eggnog mixed alcohol be thrown out if it's open, refrigerated, and over a year old? Yes. Well, if you got like the Eggo eggnog or like the eggnog from like, what is it called? Sugarlands. Those are typically only good for 6 months. Almost all cream versions of an alcohol are good for 6 months. Joker says, short answer, FaceTime and a Q&A. Hey, I'm gonna have just Mr. Joker run the stream at this point because he knows more better than I do. Speaker says probably be with the fam on the 4th, but I will for sure watch your stream to say, hey, that's all we ask. Not everybody has a call in. It's not for everybody, right? And just so everybody does know, when you do call in, you don't have to use your camera if you really don't want to. I like to see how sexy you guys look, but I mean that's just me. Because you guys see me, so. Pity mod. Bro, I mean, Eric's not here. Oh, Mr. Lopez isn't here either. If you say his name 3 times, he shows up, though. Mr. Joker wants something by his name so bad that he's like, I'll take a wrench. Mr. Joker, I mean, you were on a cruise, so you kind of have an excuse, but I asked about you in the last room. I was like, bro, where's he at? You guys ever drink water and it just like hits? I'm just like, oh, that water was delicious just then. I'm just saying. All right, I think it's time to switch pours and go probably to one of our last bottles. So this is 115. Let's slide this down. Let's go to the Bardstown at 126.8 proof. And then we'll finish with the Jack Daniel single barrel proof. Oh, fuck. I'm just going to slide that over here. Drink that after. Will says, including a White Russian mix, Mudslide mix, Orange Dreamsicle. Will, all of those have milk in it. So, yeah. If they're not opened, there should be an expiration date on them. But if they were all in your car, I mean, to be honest, it's probably all bad. Like, I had some bourbon cream, and we have some like Bailey stuff in the fridge now. And I got those like maybe a month ago, and those expire in like a month and a half. So they don't last that long. Speech says, I had chicken, rice, and corn for dinner. It was great. Hey, it sounds really good. What did I have? Fuck that. Oh, I had tacos. Little Taco Mondays. Joker says, hell yeah. LOL. And yes, I told TC I was on a cruise. Yeah, he didn't call you out. He didn't say, oh, he's on vacation. He just said, I don't know where he is. Joker, you missed it. We had somebody, I think his name was Rusty. I forgot. Like another YouTuber called in. Bronny was talking about how he did a live stream in the middle of the highway reviewing a bottle. I was like, you're fucking crazy. Will said, damn, I'm screwed. They're all in my garage fridge. Garage fridge or just garage. Go check. They all have expiration dates on them. Well, go check them. Or if you're feeling adventurous, pop the lid open, give them a little smell test, give them a little taste test. Worst thing that's going to happen is it's going to mess your stomach up. I think. This isn't medical advice. Don't take my advice on that. Speech said, love tacos. Who doesn't? I used to open up a new taco place in Jacksonville for like Bria tacos. I'm trying to go tear that up. So, Ken, let me do this real quick. Skip that part. If you guys are just tuning in, appreciate you guys watching. Normally lives are on Fridays, 8:45, but we're switching the time. Probably going to move it to closer to 9:30, 9:15-ish, just depending on what we figure out. We'll let everybody know in the community tab sometime this week We'll also be live this week on 4th of July early for a little call-in show. We'll have a quick little drink with everybody, say hey, say happy 4th of July, and then we'll get crazy and go shoot off fireworks. Speaker says you never know. Pro. If somebody doesn't like tacos, he's like, I heard they had good tacos. Who? I don't know the name of the place, but they just had some burrito tacos that they look delicious on social media, I'll tell you that. Will says, ever try that moonshine that's full of pickles, cherries, peaches? What's that like? Bro, so that is Old Smoky's moonshine. I don't like cherries. That tastes like cough syrup. That's garbage. I don't care for peaches, so I've never tried the peaches. My buddy likes it though, not that big of a fan. The pickles are where it's at. Now, depending on what you like, I like spicy food. And they got a spicy pickle. If you go to the distillery, that's banging, bro. What you do is you cut a little piece of the pickle, you pour a little juice in it. It's like a pickleback. Delicious. Speedster says, any jokes? I'm not a comedian, so I'm not really going to just bust out a bunch of jokes. But like, I can prepare some for next time, but I'm not prepared. All my jokes probably will get me banned off YouTube, so I'll refrain from doing an improv joke session. But the chat can feel free to fire away if you guys have jokes. If I'm not as entertaining as you're expecting, I'm sorry. I don't know jokes like that. I'm a dad, but like I haven't like got to the dad joke phase. You know what I mean? Joker says, all right, fam, I'm out. Gotta go get to bed. See you on the other side. P.S. Tell TC when her comes back, I said middle finger. Speech says, how do you make a tissue dance? Put a little boogie in it. That's good. I've heard that one though. Mr. Joker, absolutely, bud. I'll see you on the 4th, early morning. I'll let you know what time later on though. But yeah, have a good night. Hope you sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite, and I'll definitely tell TC. Put a little boogie in it. That's good. I always forget all those, you know. Let me check one thing real quick. Let's see. Di Serono, Code Red Mountain Dew tastes like maraschino cherries. Will, I know you're somewhat new, right? Me and Mountain Dew, Code Red, that's how we grew up drinking alcohol, right? We buy the cheapest whatever, right? Whether if it was a vodka night or a whiskey night, cheapest whatever. And we mix it with Mountain Dew Code Red, and it always came out good. There was no bad drink at that point. So, Di Serono, Code Red, I'm sure it tastes like cherries, but so does Mountain Dew itself. But the cherries from that moonshine thing, that tastes like straight up cough medicine. Like it has cherries in it, but it's like a little thick, right? And it's lower proof. It's just not good. Not for me, at least. Well, boys, we got a haircut tomorrow. I'm gonna trim this beard down a little bit. Get myself looking right. Looking a little homelessy, you know. What's a fancy fish called? So fishinated? I don't get that one. Oh, so sophisticated. Well, on my side, I have to like make it longer. Or, like it breaks into like 3 sentences. So sophisticated. Well, boys, chat's dying down. I think it may be time to end it here in a minute. I'll finish up this pour, probably quickly do the Jack Daniels, give my final thoughts on that, and then yeah, then we can kind of cruise on out of here, huh? Good cork pop. Good cork pop. High Top says glass looks light. This one? I mean, this one's this. This is Jack Daniels. So, I mean, you got to think we're going up in proof every pour just slightly to see if like it makes the drinking experience better. And I'd say so far, yes. Slowly going up in proof rather than jumping into a high proof and then going down has definitely been better, right? Because normally I'll start with like the Jack Daniels or this or something like the Old Foresters that's like 115 proof, and it kind of just blows your palate out. So when you go down, you're just somewhat drinking water. And if that's the vibe you're going for, then by all means. Sarah in the chat says, just tuned in. Is this about whiskey? Yep, whiskey, bourbon, old fashions. High Top says, light, not enough in it. Fuck you, bro. I've had enough of it. And we slow roll it here. I'm not trying to be hammered. I've been live for an hour, 45 minutes. You got to pace yourself on stuff like this. Tuxedo says, end it? Bro, you just going to randomly pop in when I say that? Yeah, nobody was here. What do you want me to say? Will says, a good alcohol collection will be a good bargaining when shift. Shit hits the fan. Oh, you're not wrong. With how much alcohol I have in this room, I can bargain my way to get everything I need. Sarah says, so if so, hell yeah. Okay. I find the best one for my hubby as a gift. Which one's the best one for your hubby then? Or if you're asking. If you're asking, I can help you. But if you know, let me know. High Top Sports can suck it. High Top Sports, you want to call in? Where's your drink? What are you drinking on? Juicy Juice? He'll leave the chat now, boys, by the way. Sarah, if you were asking, what's the best one for your husband? I think you might have been in here before. Woodford's Double Oak is usually my go-to recommendation. It's decently priced. It's not going to break the bank. You can easily find it. It's got some better notes than usual. He may have it too, but Woodford's Double Oak is the all-around easiest to find, best price, and best value, in my opinion. If you don't mind spending extra money and you don't mind like going and like looking for it, like going to multiple stores, this Bardstown single barrel, it's like 70-ish, 75 bucks. It's a little bit harder to find, but it's very good. It's also high proof. It's 126.8 proof. So it's a lot higher than most of the stuff people have, but it's very good. Besides that, anything in the Buffalo Trace lineup, usually people like getting those as gifts. Yeah, I would go with this or Woodford's Double Oak as like a gift. Yeah, Woodford's Double Oak. High Top Sports says third old fashioned. I mean, I doubt it. High Top Sports says, saw the cost of a hash brown and went into depression state. Yeah, you're telling me, bro. I went to the store earlier and I bought like water and I spent $50. So, you know. Sarah says, Woodford's Double Oak, question mark? Yeah. She's like, sorry, seriously asking. Yeah, no, seriously, Woodford's Double Oak is, you can go to almost any liquor store, you can pick it up for around 50 to 60 bucks. That's a good bottle. You could also go look for this. It's gonna be a little bit harder to find. You can find the Bardstown White Label. It's good, but it has to say single barrel right here for it to be the one I'm talking about. That one is another level up. It's very good. Sarah says, oh, what's the name of the second one? Oh, Double Oak. Thank you so much. Of course. I have tons of videos on a lot of this stuff too. So feel free to go check any of those out. I do like top 5 bourbons, top 5 old-fashioned bourbons to make an old-fashioned with. I got top 5 don't buy list too. So Speedster says, later, y'all. Hey, Speedster, you have a good rest of your night, bud. Will says, hate to say it, but I like Corbel when it comes to old-fashioned sweets. Tuxu says, Woodford Double Oak is good. Good with chocolate. Yeah, I made a chocolate old-fashioned with Woodford's Double Oak. It was bomb. She's like, what's the name of the second one? Oh, wait, I already read that. Yeah, this one is the Bardstown Single Barrel. Bardstown Bourbon Company Single Barrel. I really like that one. But, I mean, honestly, you can't go wrong with a lot of stuff. Just make sure you don't buy something he already has. That would suck. Go look at his collection, just kind of take a little peek, maybe a quick picture, and then don't buy those. Get him something different. She's like, okay, I will. So glad I found you. Of course. Feel free to come back anytime for different recommendations if you want. Yeah. Or anything Redwood Empire. Redwood Empire never disappoints me. Bro, that Jack Daniels, bro, is fucking hot. See, this is when you get too much proof. You know, it's good, but it's just like, I don't know. I don't really care. I like it in certain occasions, but then I don't in others because I'm just like, it's just a little too much. You know, 133, it's a lot of proof. Sarah says, Redwood Empire? Question mark? Yes. Here, let me show you. I'll put these off to the side. Sarah says, just subscribe. Appreciate it, Sarah. So you have here, right? This one is Redwood Empire Grizzly Beast Bottled in Bond. It's like 70 bucks. A little harder to find this one. You have Redwood Empire Pipe Dream Cask Strength, which basically means stronger alcohol. It's 116.8 proof. This is also like a $70, $75 bottle. This is probably the one to go with if you can find it. Then this one. This one you should be able to easily find. This is Redwood Empire Pipe Dream. Is typically around 35 bucks. It's not like super duper special, but if he doesn't have this, it's also like, it's good to branch out. So I would say this is a good pick. Redwood Empire also has like the same thing in a rye, same thing in a blended whiskey. So they're some of my favorite stuff. But not everybody is a fan of Redwood Empire because it's made out of California. And people think real bourbon isn't from California or out of Kentucky. So, and then this one, Still Austin Cask Strength. It's around 50 bucks, a really good price bottle for high proof with a ton of flavor. But this is out of Texas. So, Sarah, just subscribe. Appreciate it. Sure, you told me ahead of time though. So yeah, there's tons of stuff to pick through. I would go with Woodford's Double Oak, and then maybe an extra bottle if you really want to spend money, like a bunch of money. The Bardstown is definitely a special bottle, but it's hard to find. Sarah says, okay, I'm deep South Georgia. Don't care about the cost. Can I order it? You can't order it. I'm in Jacksonville, though. I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. So if you're somewhere in the vicinity of like me, like if you're in like Brunswick or Savannah, they have it. They have it in stores. You just got to like look for it because not every store gets it. Tuxedo says, coconut Captain. Oh, bro, what? Will says, used to drink Captain and Kraken back in the day. Just don't care for it anymore. Will, I was in the same boat. I used to drink Captain Morgan Silver, Kraken when we thought we were buying something special too. We were like, oh, we're getting Kraken. It's just not like, I don't care for rum anymore like that too much. So, what else I got here? What else I got here? Sarah's like, oh, okay. Yeah, Georgia, Florida line. Yeah, in Georgia, you're probably going to find a lot more of like the Buffalo Trace lineup. Like, you might find Eagle Rare. This is always like hard to get, hyped up kind of bottle. So you'll probably be able to find this somewhat easier. So I'd say this would be a good pickup to go along with that Woodford's Double Oak. Because this is like, if you can find it for what it should be selling for, which is around 40 to 50 bucks, then yeah, this is a good. So he likes Four Roses. I mean, everybody kind of likes Four Roses, but Four Roses is kind of basic. So if he likes Four Roses, that's what I started with. That's what I had at my wedding. And then if he does not have the Woodford's Double Oak, then just get that. That's going to be a really good option for him. It's going to be different. It's still going to be in the same realm, but it's going to be a different profile than he's used to, which is going to allow him to branch out, but it's very tasty. It's sweet like Four Roses is. Yeah, I have Four Roses. I just don't drink it that often. She's like, yep, LOL. Yeah, Woodford's Double Oak is going to be the good go-to then. You're going to easily find it. You'll go to any liquor store, it's going to be on the shelf. Okay. If you go to 2 liquor stores, you will find it. Sometimes stores won't have it for some weird-ass reason, but that's like a one-off type of thing. Or, like if he has... We're helping Sarah shop at this point, boys. We're all in on it. If he has this one, right? I don't have it, so I can't show you it. But if he has this one, this is just Four Roses, just simple, right? They're base model, right? It's everywhere. But they have Four Roses single barrel and Four Roses small batch that should be right next to it. Any of those are also a level up than what he has, which are pretty good. So, Will says, what's the Crystal Skull alcohol about? It's about selling you on the marketing of the bottle. Because anything that has like a cool shaped bottle usually is not that good inside. Like I almost got one that was shaped like a baseball, golf club, you know. There's some that are shaped like swords and guns and all types of shit. Dragons, machine guns. They're selling you on the bottle as a display piece. And the alcohol is usually like meh. Sarah says, yeah, that's all you can find here. Yeah, I mean, the Four Roses ain't bad. It's definitely on like the cheaper side. So it's like you can go pick it up without thinking about it. It's not going to cost you a ton of money. The Woodford's Double Oak is like a huge jump up comparatively to that bottle that I just showed. We used to drink the Four Roses all the time and be like, yeah, bourbon. And then we like really got into it. And that's when I got into the Woodfords. And I got into regular Woodfords. And I was like, this is good. But what else is out there? I got the Double Oak. We went to Elijah Craig and Angel's Envy. We went all over the place from there. And that's hence why we now have shelves full of alcohol. So Because we have another shelf up here too. We got 2 that you can't see. Those are kind of where I put like the bottles, like stuff I buy and I don't care to really like. So. You know what you could order, Sarah? Let me double check. Let me double check before I open it up. Open my mouth. Yes, I'm over 21. You know what, Sarah? You know what you could also order? Like if you didn't want to go to the store, right? You didn't want to have to... Wait, she says Tallahassee's only 40 minutes away from you. I think they have Woodford's there. Yeah, Sarah, Woodford's is like... Woodford's Double Oak should be on the shelf in almost any liquor store. It's very like mass produced. So it's not like a hard to find bottle. It's just not everybody thinks about buying it because it does... Like you'll see Woodford's for like, let's say $30. And then you'll see Woodford's Double Oak for 60. And you're like, why would I get that one? So unless like you know, then you know. But if you wanted to order something online and have it shipped to you, New Riff Distillery, they have some good stuff. They're newer. They're based in Ohio, right on the line of Kentucky where the good stuff is made. They have a New Riff single barrel bourbon and a New Riff single barrel rye that is very good. I'm just gonna drop the link to their website in the chat. I don't know if you can like, I don't think it's gonna turn blue, but you can at least write it down if you want to, and you can check them out. I like their stuff, but I don't order stuff typically. I usually just look for it in stores because I hate waiting. So, Will says your bar room is nice. Are you in your garage? No, I'm in my office. I live in an apartment. So no garage for me anymore. I used to have a really good garage, but that'd be way too hot. I wish I was in a garage or like a back patio type thing because I'd be smoking cigars the whole time. Sarah says, if you knew how I could order, yes, please. I don't know how you can order the Woodford's Double Oak because it is in almost every liquor store. So you would just go to those for the Woodford's Double Oak. If you want something that I'm sure he doesn't have, the New Riff link that I posted in there. Sarah says, New Riff Bourbon Single Barrel. I'm writing all this down. Yes, the New Riff New Riff Bourbon Single Barrel. It's $52.99 on their website, and you can order it and have it shipped to your home. I personally like that bottle. They have some other stuff on there too. Like if you want to buy multiple, feel free. But like I'm not affiliated with them by any means, so you buy as much as you want. But yeah, Will, this is I built my my office to be kind of what it is. This is like the walls are just like any normal apartments, like white walls, but I put acoustic wood slats up on this wall. I put the shelves up, the lighting up, I did everything. And then yeah, I just made it look better. If you go back to my early videos, like the first couple videos I did, they're cringy, so bear with me. I'm in the same apartment with just an extra bedroom, so you'll kind of see what it looks like. It looks like an apartment. All right, one's down. Do a little water test. Tuxedo Cat says 1 second. 1 second for what, bro? Let's do this, boys. Let's pull up the websites. Let's do a little online shopping with the boys, you know? Let's do this. What the fuck? Deletes. Bro, I'm trying to get it to work. It's just not working. All right, we're just gonna get out of that one. Not sure what's happening there. Let's do this. A little screen share. All right, here we go. This is the new Riff's website. So let's go to the beginning. Go back to the beginning. Spirits. What the fuck? All right. If you go to shop.newriffdistilling.com, that's the page. I don't know what the heck's going on here. But you can kind of see they have an 8-year bourbon. I wish they had that available online, or it's sold out, or I would have bought that as we speak. They got the straight bourbon whiskey for $41.99, but they have right here a single barrel. The single barrel is always going to be a little bit better, a little higher proof, right? So that's what this bottle looks like. It's a 4-year age, 65% corn, 30% rye, 5% malted barley, barrel proof without chilled filtration. So I've had this one. This one's very good. But they also have, let me see if I go back. They have their New Riff straight rye bottled in bond, which a little cheaper, right? 100 proof, still 4-year age, 95% rye, 5% malted barley. I haven't had the rye, but I hear the rye is very good. They have a single barrel of the rye as well, which would probably be what I would pick up if I was doing it. If I was to get the rye, I'd probably go single barrel, simply because like you can look down here on their bottle. This says 108.7 proof, right? Versus where their bottle and bond is just 100 proof. So for me, spending 10 extra bucks to get a couple more proof points probably just is, I mean, that's just me and my own brain. It's just worth the investment. So that is a me thing. So feel free to check all that stuff out. Sarah's like, okay, thank you. Tater Dom says, Call Me Old Fashioned is alive. Yes, I'm alive. I'm not dead. I missed a couple days, but I'm alive. We're Tater Dom, we're changing the live stream time. We're going to start switching them to closer to 9 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. A little bit easier for me to handle with the kid and stuff. So he's been a handful. Tater Dom also says, cheers, call me old fashioned. People, cheers, bud. Welcome to the stream. Will says, I want to drink whiskey and stuff, but my heartburn gets to me almost immediately. Well, you're not alone. Not me, though. I know people, though, that do that. It's brutal. The only recommendation I could say is 1 drink water in between like sips or in between drinks, and also take a little Pepto. And my wife takes heartburn medicine, so if it's that bad for you, maybe take that. But also, don't kill yourself over trying to drink whiskey, you know. Dean says, I'm back. Dean, welcome back to the chat. Guys, if you're just tuning in, we just helped Sarah. We're shopping for her husband. We're determining what's the special bottle for whatever holiday. Maybe a birthday, Christmas. I don't know what it's for, but it's for something. She may have told me and I just missed it. But she just says as a special gift. A little something for the hubby. So you guys tell me if I'm wrong. I recommended Woodford's Double Oak, which is a good go-to. Easy to find, decent price bottle. I said if you really want to try and find like hard to get bottles, like go into multiple stores, Bardstown Bourbon Company single barrel. The single barrel part's important. This is the one I have, 126.8 proof. So if she can find this one, that one's a banger. And then I said, you know, besides that, Redwood Empire is also good finds. And then from there, we recommended New Riff. Will says, ever soaked cigars in whiskey? If so, what's that like? I've never soaked them in whiskey. I'll soak the tip. Just put the tip in, boys, you know? And like I'll take the cigar and I'll put like the part that my mouth is gonna be on, and I'll kind of like dip that in my whiskey. Sometimes, not all the time. I've only done it a few times, to be honest. Like I'm not a hardcore cigar smoker, but like if I'm really feeling it, then let's do that. And it just kind of gives you a little extra taste on the wrapper. You know, most cigars kind of have that the you know, the oak and smokiness of a good like blended whiskey. It also has it just depends on which cigar you get, to be honest. So yeah, I'm definitely not the cigar guy. I'd love to be. I just don't know enough. And yeah. But if I was to recommend one cigar to anybody, it would be the acid ones, simply because they're cheap. And they're not like dirt cheap. They're like $10 a cigar. But they also have a really good flavor on the wrapper, just doing nothing to them. So more like fruity and sweet in a sense. I have the Eagle Rare cigars though. Little Eagle Rare cigars. They're good. They're very good with whiskey too. Just sipping it side by side. The Eagle Rare bourbon it was good with, but I like it better with higher proof. Like cigar and a higher proof stuff just hits the spot. And then of course I have a Buffalo Trace cigar as well. I've not smoked it yet. I was hoping to find another one so me and my buddy could kind of try them together. But yeah, you never know. I'll let you know when I try that. I did a cigar stream one time. It went pretty well, but it is a pain to set up. So, and not everybody cares about cigars. So, let me check those real quick. Alex Martinez says, nice, perfect topic. Which part, the whiskey, the bourbon, or the cigars? I mean, cigars are good. I mean, I hate to disappoint you, Alex. If you're going to say cigars, like I'm not the cigar guy. I know cigars. I know enough, right? I don't know enough to like really recommend stuff and really critique them, right? Simply because I'm more of like an occasional cigar smoker. And usually it's like when I'm not at home. So, but I got a few, and we're learning. We're getting better. Not that I won't, you know, eventually be doing cigars and whiskey all the time. Just not yet. I live in an apartment, so anytime I smoke, I got to go on the patio, and then the patio setups are brutal. If you go back and you watch the cigar video I did on the Eagle Rare, it's in the live stream tab. I did a Eagle Rare bourbon, Eagle Rare cigar. Do they pair, right? Because they're supposed to. They're supposed to pair perfectly. That's what they're made for. And they pair well. But the cigar was kind of basic, right? Definitely a lot more marketing for it. But it did pair really well with this bottle right here, actually. I drank this with it. It was higher proof, 126.8 proof. So it just made the bourbon better, right? Because you were getting like that smoke taste from the cigar, kind of layering on your palate, and you pop this in a nice sweet bourbon with not like a super ton of oak. Money. So, yeah. That's my thoughts. Will says, nice. Noise. Noise. Well, boys, it might be about that time, you know? We've finished our flight, I guess you can call it, a whiskey flight. We started with trying to find our lowest proof stuff and kind of slowly work up the proof points and see if that made each bottle a little bit more enjoyable. Because normally, right, as I know most people, not most people, a good handful of people do, is they'll go grab their most expensive bottle, right, their higher proof stuff, And they'll drink that first because they're like, oh, my first drink I really want to enjoy, and I'm drinking piss the rest of the night. You know what I mean? They're drinking nothing. And that was me. I was doing the same thing. I would drink like a pour of this, which is higher proof, and then I'd go drink Jim Beam Black, right? $18, very one-dimensional 90 proofer. But I think just off the first test run, we started with Hibiki at 86 proof. We moved then to, I skipped over 90 proof, but I went to 94 proof Elijah Craig. Then I went to 104 proof Penelope. Then 115 proof Old Forester 1920. Then we moved to Bardstown Bourbon Company, a single barrel, 126.8 proof. Then for our final pour was the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof, 133.3 proof, right? And the whole moral of the story with all that was each pour just got a little bit better. You know what I mean? Working up the proofs rather than starting at the top and just jumping down made each pour just a little bit better. You're like, okay, I'm with that. And the proof never like killed your palate, because that's the other thing. When you drink a higher proof first, it may deep fry your palate in a sense to where you're not too aware of what the proof could be. I think slowly working up as well allowed me to kind of taste every pour. So I would recommend, if you haven't done it and you kind of do what I used to do, jump into the high stuff first, work up, start with your low stuff, work up to the highest stuff, and that's where you can, once you get to the high stuff, then do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Go back down, stay up, whatever. But I think that's a good test run. And I think it's always good to kind of play around with that stuff to figure out how you personally would work. Because you want to enjoy every bit of what you're drinking rather than just drinking it to drink it. So that's my recommendation. I think I'll probably do that a little bit more often. Maybe it's not that extreme. I probably won't drink 5 pours before I get to the bottle I want to drink. But I definitely think I'll probably start with maybe like a 90 proofer. Just to warm up the palate, maybe jump to 100 proof, and then dive into something high. So, but yeah, let me know your thoughts, people. 8 people in here. Drop a little like, drop a subscribe. Power pow. What's up, my friend? What's going on, bud? Welcome back to the stream. It's been a minute. I missed a few days. That's on me. That's on me. But we're back. Power Pow, in case you missed it and you don't rewatch this later on, we're going to be switching the live stream time. Normally, we go live every Friday, 8:45 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to push that like a little bit. We're going to push it probably to like 9:30. It may be 9:15. Today we went live at 9:15, but I'm thinking we're probably going to push a little later. The kids, we're pushing time, and I'm kind of rushing to get on the stream. And that's where I think maybe pushing it back a little bit later will kind of help with that. Cass529 says, cheers, everybody. Cheers. Welcome to the stream. Alex says, I started with Blanton's, then Trace, then Craig, now Black Label. I mean, it depends on the proof of those, but Blanton's is 90, Buffalo Trace is like 90, Elijah Craig's like 94, and then Black Label, I don't even know. I don't remember how much that is. But, yeah, you could do 90 proofers and then work up. Obviously, like, I have a plethora of bottles to where I can pick whichever proof points I really want. But in theory, I was thinking more like start with like a 90 proofer, move up to a bottle and bond, and then drink whatever your higher proof stuff is. That'd probably be a good recommendation to the comparison I just did. Because I think that's where I'm going to probably start, at least for the next one, you know. PowerPod says, man, finally found out that Maker's 46 French Oak, or I finally found that Maker's 46 French Oak. Bro, that bottle is dangerously good. I tried to tell you, bro. I tried to tell you. Tons of vanilla in that thing. But I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I have the Maker's Generation of Proof like trio pack thing that has, one of the bottles has a ton of the Maker's 46 staves in it, and it's all vanilla ice cream. Will says, I'm alcohol illiterate. What's the reasoning behind Everclear? It's like straight gasoline. Well, I mean, the reasoning behind Everclear is just to get blammered, if that's what you're asking, because nobody's drinking Everclear going, The notes on that is slight acetone and gasoline. You know what I mean? Nobody's drinking it for that. People drink Everclear to get hammered. You know, that's all they're drinking it for. But also, it's cheap. And if you mix it with enough sugary drinks, you probably wouldn't taste it. And you mix it with some Kool-Aid, some Sprite, a couple Mios squirted in there, some orange juice, I don't know. Just whatever. Whatever you throw in there. Some cherries, spice it up. Then it's just a fruity drink with alcohol you can't taste, and that would be dangerous. So I won't drink. I'm not drinking Everclear. I don't drink vodka though. Like I'm not. Like I would with the wife, like 1 or 2 drinks at best. Like I'm not drinking it on the daily. I don't like sugary drinks though, and that's the only thing I'm mixing with vodka. Alex says after the last 2 weeks, really wanted the pee bottle on your right shoulder. After what's his name that had every football team all over him. LOL. Every football team all over him. You're talking about Penelope though. Will says, LOL. Okay, thanks. Pineapple Activist says, what thoughts on Hennessy? Bro, one of the childhood drinks was Hennessy and Hypnotic. Bro, Little Incredible Hulks? That's the move. I don't care for Hennessy straight up anymore. Like I don't really care for the cognac stuff a lot, but yeah, that's me. No, this Penelope though, this is good stuff. Tuxedo Cat loves this stuff. I don't know about the football, the football joke thing. I don't know who that is, but let me know. This stuff is good. The Architect, bro, this is straight up melted vanilla ice cream in a glass. All vanilla bomb. Power Pal says, I'll squirt in your Everclear. What? He's like, don't ban me. Pineapple says, good old Hulk. Bro, they're fucking tasty though. The Incredible Hulks are like, those are dangerous drinks. Because that's all alcohol and all flavor. Like no, you don't get scared to drink those. You just get tore up. I drank this earlier. It was very good. The 104 proof. Oak, vanilla. Tuxedo Cat loves this bottle. He tells me like he's like, yeah, Tux Cat guy that says he doesn't drink. Yeah. You know, he drinks. He has tons of these bottles. He likes all the Penelopes though. I'm thinking about, because I like this one so much now, it's kind of grown on me. I think I gotta get another bottle of Penelope. I gotta test the market. I gotta see what the other bottles are really working with. Because that way I can tell if I just like this one because of the vanilla, or do I like what's actually inside. Is this MGP? Oh, this is bottled. Wait. Bottled by Penelope Bourbon Bottling Company in Bardstown, Kentucky. This is bottled by, which probably means it's MGP. It doesn't say distilled by. If you guys really nerd out, you can look on the bottles and see if it says distilled and bottled by blank. That means it's their own distillate and it's actually theirs. If it doesn't say that, usually it's bought from like a third party, usually MGP out of Indiana. They buy their whiskey and then they finish it with French oak staves in this case. So all right, you twisted my arm. We'll do that as the last pour. I was going to do the Jim Beam 7-year black, but because you brought it up, we'll do Penelope and end it on a high note. Power Pal says, Garrison Brothers having a release at the end of the month. You know, I hear good and bad things about Garrison Brothers. I don't know what they're releasing at the end of the month, but there's a ton of stuff coming out. And then obviously when you get snitching, huh? I'm snitching, bro. Everybody wanted to talk about Penelope, so we're talking about Penelope. they're like October, there's gonna be a ton of stuff releasing. That I also just realized the Triple Oak Angel's Envy is releasing in October. The Russell's Reserve 15 year, that's releasing in July. It's gonna release this month for like 250. So if you got deep pockets, you want to spend 250. The Russell Reserve 15 apparently is very good. You have the new Riff's special blend bottle of the 8, 10, and 12 year. So that's going to be releasing in the next couple weeks through a raffle. Limited, super limited on that one. Then you have, obviously in October, you have the BTAC lineup for Buffalo Trace, which is Eagle Rare 17, George C. Tag, Thomas Handy, all that stuff. Pappy's. Will says, look like P. Diddy sold his one half of Ciroc. I'm sure he did, bro. He needs to pay them lawyers. Or pay everybody off. Alex says, this guy at Tuxedo K, you got me into that drink. P. Penelope. He got everybody in Penelope. I think he secretly works in their marketing department as an undercover to get people to buy it. He's like, I'm spreading Penelope awareness. Power Pow says, Texas tends to age faster due to the heat. Tends to have a stronger kick, but the flavors are really good. Power Pow. I have this one. The Still Austin. Obviously, Austin, Texas whiskey. Cask strength. 2-year age. Bro, I just want to point out the difference. This bottle is a 7-year age. This is a 2. They're almost identical in color. Actually, in person, the Still Austin is darker. So it is crazy. The weird one says, yo, alcoholism, the key to making mistakes. Gambling away the life savings, getting divorced, losing the house, then losing the kids. The weird one. If that happened to you, bro, I'm sorry. You don't have to take it out on me, though. The best part of alcoholism is if you do it responsibly and you do it for the right reasons and the right times, and not overdo it, none of that will happen to you anyway. So, but I do like to gamble, so we like to have a good time, but we gamble dollars, not hundreds, you know? So, I like to have a good time. But also, weird one, we're not here drinking to drink. We're here drinking to have a good conversation about the bottle you're drinking, you know? I like the notes in it. I like the tasting of it. You could see we're drinking baby sips. He's like, no, it was a joke. Sorry. No, I'm just letting you know. There's people that come in here and say that stuff too. I'm okay with it. You're never going to hurt my feelings. But I do want to point out to everybody else as well, like, don't drink to get drunk. That's stupid. Drink to have a good conversation and a good time with the people you're with, because that's the more important stuff. It's making the memories. So if you find people that like to bond over the same stuff you do, whether it's whiskey, bourbon, unfortunately vodka or tequila, you know, then it's a conversation piece. Power Pass stuff, good stuff. Texas whiskey is fantastic as well. But in Texans, Garrison Brothers is king by far. I have bulk of Texas whiskey line. Power Pow, I hate to tell you, like, I'm not the biggest fan of Garrison Brothers. I've had one that I liked. I don't remember which one. But also they're a little pricey. So I was supposed to go, I think I already told you that. I was supposed to go to this festival that was Garrison Brothers going to be at, where you could taste everything. I didn't go. So I kind of fucked that. Speedster says, I'm back for one more joke. He's been on Google all night preparing, apparently. He goes, Tuxedo says, what is it? He's like, is it about cows? He's like, what's the key? What keys unlock a banana? Monkeys. Monkeys. Bro, get out of here. You were gone like 30 minutes, bro. I mean, you gotta come a little stronger than that. Yeah, you didn't let us go. I don't know what either. I agree with Kat on that. You got to give us time to think about it. I appreciate the joke though. Stand up's not for everybody. It's definitely not for me. Speaker says bye. See you later. Absolutely, bud. Have a good rest of your night. See you on the other side. Well, boys, we are now 2 hours, 30 minutes in. It's about that time. I think it's time to log off. I gotta get some more water. Tater Dom says, one more, please. Well, like more as in like roar. Oh, the speedster. He was dropping jokes earlier, Tater Dom. You missed it. Power Pow says, yeah, anything made in Texas tends to be high price, but that's Angel's cut in Texas is insanely high. Yeah, I mean, I understand why it's high or higher, but the Still Austin you can get for like 35 to 40 bucks for their baseline. Their cask strength is like 55, and you can get single barrels for like 65, 70. And I find Garrison Brothers typically around 60 to 80. So I don't know. I'm not saying Garrison Brothers is better than Still Awesome, but I like the price of Still Awesome better. And I'm not like the biggest fan of Garrison Brothers from everything I've tried. So maybe I need to try the right bottle. But that Still Awesome is bomb. Kat says time to push for 4 hours. Tuxedo Cat, you keep trying to push for longer and then you leave the stream. Will says, whiskey. Will says, it's your friend. Whiskey is your friend? Well, whiskey is your friend. Bro, Will, your profile picture freaks me out, though. I'm pulling it over and showing everybody in case they can't see it. Maybe I'm not. Guess I'm not. There it is. Bro, look at that picture. That's fucking freaky looking. Just saying. Just saying. Alex says, call me old fashioned. Appreciate you, sir, to spreading some wisdom on whiskey and bourbon. Hey, we haven't even got started yet. This was supposed to be just a hangout stream. But yeah, definitely we'll be live on Will says life happens, whiskey helps. Absolutely. That's big facts right there. We'll be live on 4th of July early, super early, like 11 a.m. early. We'll do a live stream for a little bit. Just say, hey, we'll do a call-in show. We'll have people come in. I'll ask them 1 or 2 questions, have a quick little sip of the pour, and then we'll move on to the next person. We'll kind of like turn and burn on 4th of July early, because obviously I got to get to the 4th of July parties. And then of course Friday we'll do a live stream, a normal live stream. I'll have something prepared. I'm thinking about doing like some kind of a blind, and maybe I'll let you guys pick what we blind. So keep an eye out for polls. If you guys see any polls out there, then you can kind of help vote and choose what we should blind to figure out what's the best, or what order is the best in a sense. Tater Don says, hope everybody had an awesome Monday. Have a good night. See everybody soon. Tuxedo Cat says, call me old fashioned. When I run for president with Eric as my VP and Lopez as my treasurer, can I sign you up as my Secretary of State? You can sign me up for whatever you need. I'm here for you. Yeah, those are the few people we were missing tonight. Eric and Lopez. Damn, bro. You left Tater Dom out, too. I feel that. Power Pow says, I'll be here on the 4th. Need to figure out how to get notifications on your stuff. Well, the only thing I can recommend is if you go to the page, like my profile YouTube page, there should be a little bell. If the bell's turned on, then it should work. But YouTube hates me sometimes and doesn't do that. So the only thing I can say is just keep an eye out. I'll let you guys know tomorrow, more than likely, what time exactly the stream on the 4th is going to be. And then Friday, again, should be closer to the 9 to 9:30. And I'll let you know what time those are going to be moving forward as well. I just got to figure that out. Tuxedo says, I know. Like, what the fuck, man? Where be they? I don't know if Tater wants to be in the cabinet. LOL, I'll ask. I'll send him an invite to be head of something. He can be the speaker of the house. Power Pow says, I'll be sipping Knob Creek for the 4th and maybe Blade and Bow. I don't know what I'm going to drink on the 4th, to be honest. I'll probably drink, for the fancy pour, I'll probably drink Weller Special Reserve. It's not super fancy, but I always kind of drink those in like special moments. It'll be the first 4th of July with my son. We'll be all decked out in our matching 4th of July overalls, so it'll be kind of a cool moment. So that, I'll probably drink Still Austin or something. Still Austin screams America to me. A little Texas, I'm here for it. Tater says, what's Monica Lewinsky's position again? I want the opposite, please. Bro. Yeah, me too. I mean, depending on the pay. Let's have that conversation first. All right, boys. I'm shutting it down for real. So again, tune in to 4th of July. Early. Keep an eye on the community tab for everything going on lately. Max in the chat says, what's a good rye for a new bourbon drinker? God damn it. Max, you had to bring up the ryes. I've been dying. Oh shit, it won't focus. Oh, I should have ended the fucking stream. I told you that, boys. That's on me. I let it go. I let it keep going. Max, it's the Bullet Rye, 12-year age. Best rye by far. Will says, sorry for my pick. I'm into horror movies. Salem's Lot, American Werewolf in London, Halloween, etc. Dan, the Whiskey Man, says too much oak. What's too much oak? The Bullet? Or the Penelope? I honestly, bro, I really like this Bullet Rye. Fuck it, I'm drinking Bullet Rye now that pour's gone. You guys did that to me. That's on you. I blame all you guys for fucking spilling that. Max says, sorry, I didn't realize you were signing off. Well, now we're not. Now we're back in it. We're here for you, Max. Penelope is too much French oak. So, Dan, I will say, when I first had it, I wasn't the biggest fan. I was like, yeah, it's good. It's kind of whatever. The more I drink it, the more I kind of fall in love with that like melted vanilla ice cream-esque of it, and not so much the oak. That may be because the bottle's been sitting longer. Sorry, Dan. Tuxedo Cat's like the preacher of Penelope in here, so just kind of bear with him. But yeah, the more it sits, the more I like it. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the bottle or if it's my palate or whatever, but it is. I also like oak. Like I'm a big like oaky kind of guy. Like my favorite, it's weird, but I like the Woodford's double oak the best. But I usually make it in an old fashioned, and I smoke those old fashions too most of the time. So usually with like a cherry wood though, but that's just me being picky. Bro, what's up with my camera here? There it goes. No, bro, it's like tweaking over there. Tuxedo Cat losing. He's like, shocked face 50 fucking times. Will says gin and tonic is different, like drinking a Christmas tree. Yeah, it is. Very much like a Christmas tree. Max says, thanks for the rec. My uncle has the bullet, planning on sampling it this week. I've been frequently drinking Sazerac. It's not bad. Sazerac's not bad. I was never the biggest rye guy. Like, it was kind of whatever about it. So I got the Redwood Empire Emerald Giant. I thought that was good, right? And I was like, this is decent price. I got a little more expensive bottle, and I got the Bardstown Bourbon Company rye. I can't get it on that small camera. And I was like, yo, this is my favorite. Because it's very bourbon friendliest, right? But then I got that, the 12 year, and I'm like, I did it like side by side and blew it out the water. Dan says, I'm still glad I bought it. I'm glad you bought it too. Let it sit. Let it open up, apparently. I don't know. Let it do something. Whatever it's doing to mine. I got build number 7, by the way, if that matters to anybody. But it's, yeah, I'm now roughly halfway gone. A little more than halfway gone. And it's growing on me. Every time I drink it, I'm like, I like it a little more. It's just a little bit better than it was. When I first got it, I very much thought it was like vanilla ice cream too. But it was just kind of weird, right? The more I drink it, the more I'm like, I dig this. So the other one that's like that as well is the Maker's Generation of Proof Pack. The 2020 version has a ton of the Maker's 46 staves in it, the French oak staves. Also another vanilla bomb. Tons of oak, obviously. I think those two are very similar. I blinded those as well, but Penelope won. Yeah, I'm drinking out of the rocks glass because I'm out of Glens now. Jake in the chat says, "Ayo, what's going on, Jake? Welcome back. You got any fish for us, boys? What will we catch?" It's like, dude, I'm back again. I know, I remember you. Dan says, have a great night. Hey, bud, you too. Will says, do you have a bottle you haven't opened yet, but want to, but don't because you want to cherish it? Absolutely not. Every bottle I buy, I open. I open within a week of buying it. I have no self-control to hold them, but he has a bottle of Fireball. Not anymore. I may have a bottle in the living room, but I don't check that often. But no, I honestly, I think my opinion on keeping bottles that you don't drink is very like, I don't know, maybe it's ignorant, but to me, if you buy a bottle, it should be opened, and you need to drink it on whatever occasion you want. My most cherished bottle is nothing like super special, but it's the Weller Special Reserve, simply because my uncle bought me this bottle when my son was born. So I've drank a few times out of it just to drink it. But now I typically only pull this one out if I'm doing a blind with other Buffalo Trace, or on like a special event. Like I'll probably drink this on the 4th. Not a lot, just a couple pours, because it'll be the first 4th of July with my son. And we go all out for the 4th. 4th is a bigger holiday than Christmas at this point. But that's probably what I would drink. But they're all open because I don't want to have a bottle that I haven't tried on my shelf. Everything you see, even on the shelf you can't see, it's all open. Jake did say, I caught a 7-pound bass today, and it was crazy. Hey, that's a big boy right there. That's a big bass. Good job. Hey, real quick, just because I'm thinking about it, and I know some of the OGs are in here. Do you guys play fantasy football? Should we create a little Call Me Old Fashioned league for fantasy football? Just throwing that out there. Power Pile says, nothing like gaming and sipping Diablo 4. Will says, did you drink Goldschlager back in the day? That I did. I was also one of those people that strained all the gold out thinking I could pawn the gold for another bottle of Goldschlager, which you can't. But that's what people said. Yeah, I drank all the basic shits, you know, Jaeger bombs, Jaeger and Red Bull, you know, Goldschlager, Hennessy and Hypnotic for Incredible Hulks, you know, little Tito's and Cranberry for a little vodka cranberry. Like I did all the basic shit, you know. I was a little hood rat, you know. I went to the bars. I just drank whatever. You go to the bar, you get a whiskey and Coke because you don't care what the well is. You're just buying the cheapest. I've been there. Tuxu says never understood fantasy football. LOL. Literally don't know a thing about it. Would be fun to learn. Tuxedo Cat, bro? Are you fucking with me? You of all people, you were wearing a Buffalo Bills beanie, Jets windbreaker, Patriots shirt on the last time you called in. You tell me you don't know fantasy football? Jake's like, I've heard of fantasy football a lot. Oh my God, guys. All right. I say we do it. I may wipe the floor with you boys, except for Tuxedo Cat's probably playing possum on me. But yeah, probably September, or my bad, not September. Like August. Sometime in August, we'll do. I'll send out the information. I'll create everything, and I'll do like a raffle for people that want to be in it. Like we'll do like duck races for people that want to be in it or something, and we'll build like a 10 to 12 team league for all the people that are in here. And honestly, I would say probably watch a few YouTube videos. But basically, you want to kind of draft the team you think is going to do the best. But it's not just the best players, best points getters. And the way you draft is important. I'm not the one to go over this stuff, to be honest. I do know how to play. I'm not the best, but I think it'd be fun. It'd be a fun way for the chat to interact as well, kind of off stream. But it can only be 12 at most. So. Will says, I actually wish they still made Zimba. Serious? Zimba and Skittles? I don't think that was a thing I had. At least I don't know if I had. Cat says, hand to God. I don't believe you. Jake says, I'm 16. Jake? I swear you said you were 17 last time. You keep getting younger, but... He's like, I'm already supposed to know about fantasy football? Honestly, Jake, yeah. If you're out there fishing, you should know about fantasy football. Fantasy football is more about the players rather than teams. To me, it makes football fun again because obviously I'm a Dolphins fan. There's been years where we've been horrible. You know, we've been good lately, semi-good. But it allows me to root for not only my team, but then separate players, which allows me to watch football all Sunday and root for something, you know. And we'll do like a prize at the end. We'll do like 100, 250, we'll do something. A giveaway of some kind, of a bottle maybe, for the winner. Just obviously not Jake if he's 16. He can't win a bottle, but, you know, I'll do like either a bottle or cash, whatever they choose, you know, for the winner. Jake says, walk me through how fantasy football. I mean, I really can't. Like, I'm not like the best at that. Oh, camera died. I'm gonna end it soon anyway, so I'm just gonna switch to this one. So fantasy football is basically. Oh, that camera died too. Let me go swap the batteries. How did they both die at the same minute? That's crazy timing, man. There we go. Jake says, shit, I'll take a bottle. Can't be dull of whiskey, though. Tuxedo Cat says, I want Josh Allen, CMC, Kelsey, Tyreek, Waddle, Stephon Diggs, Jefferson, St. Brown, Jamar Chase, Justin Tucker, and Evan McPherson. Bro, fuck off. You don't know about fantasy football. He's like, it's a conspiracy. Bro, you just picked some of the best fucking fantasy players. So, like, the issue with that, Tuxedo Cat, is you probably wouldn't be able to draft all of them. Chris McCaffrey is going to go high in the draft. So is Kelsey. Tyreek Hill may be like the first to fourth wide receiver off the board. Jamar Chase, Jefferson, St. Brown goes a little bit later usually, but Justin Tucker, he's the first kicker off the board for sure. PowerPad says, so just for a text form? Wait, I'm confused. Tuxedo says, bro, I'm not even kidding. That's who I would want. Like, can I win real money from it? He also says, I don't understand that. Why can't I just have anyone I want? Goal is to make a good fantasy team, right? Tuxedo Cat, so think about it like this. I would get 12 people, right? 12 people. 10 people if nobody wants to join for some reason. But even 10 people, so everybody gets a draft order. Tuxedo Cat, let's say you go first, right? You get the first pick of the draft. Let's say you go Christian McCaffrey. The next pick, let's say they go Kelsey. Then let's say I pick third for some reason and I get Tyreek Hill, right? The next person picks Justin Jefferson. You know what I mean? Those players are now off the board because everybody's making their own team from a giant draft. And we'd have a draft day. I obviously would do it live. But that's where, like, there's only one person per fantasy draft league, right? And we're basically creating a league where we can draft whoever we want, but it's in a draft. So Jake says, you're going to tell me how to sign up? Yeah, I just kind of spitballed the idea just to see, like, if you guys would want to do that. So I definitely think it would be a cool idea. You know, I'll create a Discord and then I'll create the fantasy league. That way we can all talk shit to each other all season. Good way to kind of interact as well. If I get a lot of, publicity from it, maybe we do buy-ins or something. I don't know. We haven't got that far. I was just spitballing ideas. I didn't know I was going to have to teach you guys fantasy football, though. I feel like I can't be doing that. I can't be teaching because I want to win too. So. Oh, your vacation starts Wednesday for the next 7 days. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm self-employed, so I don't really know what that's like. But the wife is off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, till Monday. Tuxedo's Cat says, wait, so if you just start a group and say I and 5 other people join you, the group is only us, not like a whole global thing, and it's just between us and we can pick players in a draft order within our group, yes or no? Yes. That's exactly right. Let's say it's me, you, Eric, Tater Dom, Lopez, Bob, Jake, Alex, whoever. It'll just be that group. It's a max of 12 people. Well, you don't want to go more than 12 people. It gets stupid. But let's say 12 people max, 10 people at the minimum. And those 12 people are now in their own little bubble, right? There's other leagues in their own bubbles. Jake says, puff a smoke ring at the camera. I can't. I used to. I can't do it anymore. But you're in your own bubble. That's your own draft. You have to plan your draft out. Eventually, I would tell everybody the draft order. We would create it. I'd probably pull names out of a hat or something, and I'll do it live so everybody knows it's real. And whoever gets first, right, gets the first pick. But then think they're not going to pick. They're going to wait. They're going to get the first pick. Let's say it's 10, just for easy, right? They're going to go 10, and then it's snake draft. So it goes, the last person in the draft gets to pick twice back to back. So they get the last pick and the first pick of the second, and it works back. So you don't get the pick for like 24 picks. But having the first pick has its benefit that you get anybody you want. So pros and cons of it all. If you want to be in it, I would say at minimum watch a few random YouTube videos on it. It will definitely help you in the draft and help you kind of have an idea. Tuxedo's Cat says, so then once I have a team, I can trade with one of you in the group. Also, when we're in a group, do we play games against each other, or do we play games against other groups? No, so Tuxedo, the whole group is in its own league. So let's say week 1, me and Tuxedo Cat play each other. But then week 2, I play Lopez and Tuxedo Cat plays Eric, right? And it kind of just rotates through all of the people. You may play the same person twice within the whole NFL year, but you'll play everybody. And that's the fun of it, because now you're trying to make sure that you don't lose to Eric or you don't lose to Tater Dom, and it kind of builds that like shit talking thing. Especially when you're winning, you just talk shit. When you're losing, you're trying to make trades, and you can trade within our little bubble, right? You could trade me. Let's say you have Tyreek Hill, but I have 2 running backs you really want, and maybe you're really bad at running back, and I'm like, hey, I want Hill, and I'll trade you Raheem Mostert and Josh Jacobs. I'll trade you them. I don't know if that's a good trade right now or not, but I'm just spitballing. But maybe you're like, hey, I want that. Maybe not Tyreek Hill. Don't do that. That's stupid. But again, during the year, you can trade up until the trade deadline. Tuxedo Cat says, I will play 17 games at the rate of once a week of the season. Yeah, once a week. So the game or your week will start on Thursday, right? If you have any players playing in the Thursday game, that's when that week starts. And then, of course, randomly the Friday and Saturday games, right? Like during Thanksgiving and stuff like that. But then Sunday plays the bulk, and then Monday will end the week. So when the Monday game ends, that's the end of the week. And whichever team has the most fantasy points is the winner. I'll do a better breakdown, Jake. I'm kind of spitballing here because I don't know what people know and what they don't. But yeah, typically you're going to play like 14 to 16 weeks of play, right? But then we do playoffs, right? Typically first and second place get bye weeks. And then up to like 8 people are in the playoffs, right? And then it's just bracket style. Tuxedo Cat says, by the way, peeps, that first 2 wide receivers I asked for were Hill and Waddle. The Dolphins' praise got to be acknowledged. I'm not giving you that. The Dolphins' wide receivers typically are good in fantasy, but they're not better than Justin Jefferson or Hill, or Tyreek Hill was better than Jamar Chase, but that was the first year. Fantasy points are different than just regular team stats, though. Alex, you can make more than one team in different leagues. But like for example, if I only have 12 teams, Tuxedo can't be 11 of the 12 teams, and I'm the other one. It's one spot per person in each league, right? Because that's only fair. But if he wants to go join 15 other leagues, sure, he can do that. I don't recommend it because it loses the fun. The most teams I join in 1 year is 2 to 3. And even then, like sometimes having 3 is just a little not fun. Because when you start having multiple teams, you start having other players on your fantasy teams, and sometimes you play against them, but you have them here. So you're rooting and then not rooting at the same time. To me, that kind of kills it. Tuxu says, this is actually very, very helpful. I've literally never understood it, and this makes me interested. Granted, if it weren't Call Me Old Fashioned explaining it, I probably wouldn't nearly be as interested. I understand that completely. I'll make a full video on it and I'll post it probably in the community tab. And anybody that wants to sign up can sign up. And if we get too many, then, I'll figure an option there. Jake says, does our league tie into actual players' performances? Yeah, Jake, so the quick version is, let's say you have Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill catches a touchdown. The touchdown counts for 7 points. And then every 10 yards he runs is another point. And you want the most points, right? Same thing with, let's say Tyreek Hill runs 99 yards but doesn't get a touchdown, right? You're going to get 9.9 points for that. If he would have scored the touchdown with it, he's getting an extra 7. So it adds up, right? So you want to draft players that score. You want to draft people that get the ball a lot. Running backs, obviously, you have some that are ball hogs, and you have others that are by committee, right? Like Dolphins, for example. You can get Raheem Mostert, but I had Raheem Mostert last year, and they started swapping up plays with Achane, and Achane took all our touchdowns. So you got to kind of really look at a team and be like, who do I really want? Sometimes it's easier to predict than others. Tuxedo says, don't give him ideas. It does. It's not a me thing. Fantasy football is literally based off of every player in real sports. Just like if Christian McCaffrey got hurt, he's injured on your league. And that's a big part of fantasy. A lot of years, my teams don't win simply because I have a bunch of people that get hurt. So, Tuxedo Cat says, so wait, if there's 12 is the max per group, how do the playoffs work in fantasy football? Because there's 14 teams in actual playoffs, the format will be different. Yeah. So basically, fantasy football ends the time regular football, NFL, starts their playoffs. Our last week is the last week of the regular season, typically. Usually I try to do it a week before, so the teams aren't like just sitting people. But yeah, if we have 12 teams, not all 12 teams are going to the playoffs. I think it's 8. I don't remember off the top of my head. But I think the top 8 teams or top 6 teams are going to the playoffs. And then those people play on like a bracket style for the championship. And then the winner would win something. Daniel says, not that this has to do with anything. Has anyone actually watched any good movies lately? Not me. Tuxedo Cat says, oh, fuck. Definitely want Josh Allen then. Dude's a running machine. But Josh Allen's also a throwing a pick machine. And anytime a player does something bad, like throws an interception, fumbles, right? That's a minus points from that player. Usually like 1 or 2, but it adds up. Same thing with why you'd want a kicker. Every time a kicker kicks 3 points, it's typically 3 points. Anytime a defense gets a sack or a safety or a pick 6, those are big points. They don't get, points for every tackle. It has to be for a loss, but Jake says, you count your own points? No, Yahoo Sports or ESPN does it all for us, and you just kind of watch it. Yeah, you draft the players, you could literally just sit there, and it does it all for you. You just got to pick who you want to start for each game, because matchups. Let's say you have a running back that's really good, but they're going against the best run defense. You may want to swap him out for somebody else. Just depends. Danielle, if you've never seen Interstellar, it's my favorite movie. Matthew McConaughey and space. Good one. But it's old. You've probably seen it. Tuxu says, a few wrap-up questions for me. Is fantasy football a thing you can do through multiple or different providers, or is this a one official site or app for it? Also, how much personal info does it require? I don't think it really requires any personal info. Like your name on the fantasy league literally could be Tuxedo Cat. You can use your same profile picture if you wanted. Nobody would really know your name unless you wanted them to. And usually it's going to be through the Yahoo app. That's the one I like using. Again, I'll make a whole video on this. I think it's a good thing. I think it would be something I want to do. So it's like also I don't have to pay like monthly for it. Do you? Don't mind buying it, but don't want to keep paying. No, you don't pay for it. This is all free. Everything I'm talking about is free. The only thing that would be a question is like if I posted it and like 200 people wanted to be in, I would probably do like some kind of buy-in, like a $5 or $10 buy-in that would go to like the prize pool or something like that, just to eliminate people that weren't really serious. Because I only want people that do want to participate in it all season. If people draft a team and then they just don't pay attention ever, it ruins the league. So there's got to be some incentive for them to actually play. You know, I would probably put up the prize money or the bottle. I would probably do something like a 250 cash or a bottle shipped to them, whatever they chose. I would do like weekly updates on our Friday stream or our Monday stream, right? Or I'd make a different stream where I do like a quick update video on it. Tell everybody how the league's going. You never know. Yeah, Tuxio, you're not wrong there. A free lock-in for the OGs and maybe the other 6 have to buy in. It just depends on what it looks like. It depends on how many OGs really want to do it. But again, the more people buy in, the more prize pool. Just saying. Because I'm only going to put up so much. I have a league that I pay $100 buy-in, and there's 12 people, and it's a $100 win. Actually, it's the winner gets $1,100, and then the second place gets $100. They get their money back, and the rest of the people just lose. Tuxedo Cat says, what if we all pool prize money in instead of just you, just trying to be fair? I think it would be part of the channel. I think it'd be good for the community, so I don't mind doing stuff like that. But that's also where, like, if there's like a big surge of people, I think a buy-in would help, one, boost up the people that do really want to be a part of it, and it would also boost up people paying attention, and then it would just add to the money I put into it, you know? Because let's say I put up $250, but then everybody else buys in for $10, right? That's an extra 120. That's now $360. You know what I mean? Who doesn't want to win $360? So these are all spitballing ideas, you know? He's like, okay, just thinking. No, I appreciate the ideas. I think when we have a few more people in here, it'll probably help pan that out just a little bit. Jake's like, yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely, I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be fun to be able to, like, honestly just talk shit to you people and, like, spank you in fantasy. And then maybe I have to eat my words at the end of the year. You never know. You can clip this video now, me saying I'm going to spank you, and then come December, because it usually ends around Christmas. Is like around the week of Christmas is usually that last week of fantasy. Big Bob says, would I be allowed in? Because that's an easy win for old Bobby boy. Bob, you know you finna get this work. Jake says, well, we get 2 people watching, so I'm sure it's just you and I. There's a few more than two. We got Tuxedo Cat, Bob, you, Jake, Mr. Mom's in there says greeting and cheers everybody. Tuxedo Cat, Bob does know how to play fantasy, as do I. But Bob, I was basically saying I think I should do a fantasy league for Call Me Old Fashioned. Have a couple of the OGs, have some other people in. 250 prize from me or a bottle, and then maybe have people buy in just depending on the hype of it. Nothing's set in stone yet, though. So, all right, you talked me into it. You guys talked me into it. I'll do one. I'll do a little Jimmy Bean. Tuxedo Cat says, all right, either way, I'm 92.5% sold. So you can do a wonderful job of explaining. I try, but I'm not the best. There's YouTube channels that are massive that just talk about fantasy football. So they're going to tell you better insights. And every year is different. Every year there's always players that break out and they're better than you expected them. So like me, when it's time for the draft, I would announce the draft. Let's say the draft is on August 8th. I don't know if that's the right date, but if it was, the 2 weeks before that, that's all I do is watch videos and research players and shit like that, so I can know like I have my draft, and I'm fucking dialed in, knowing who I'm about to pick. Alex says, "Okay, guys, I accept Zelle Pay, PayPal, just in advance." Alex, I love the confidence, but I take Cash App and PayPal. So, Alex, you can take them down whenever you're ready. Danielle says, well, I just threw a 12-pack at a giant fucking spider. Oh, that's crazy. Mr. Mom says, Tuxedo Cat, just take it easy. Been chatting on the phone with a buddy in Wyoming and in Texas. That's what's up. It's always good to catch up with people. Jake says, I'm going to hit it. So if there's going to be a league, I'll probably see you guys later to get the links. Yeah, I'd say probably check in Friday because I'm going to check all the dates and stuff. And then I'm going to probably make a post about that on Friday to see who's interested so I can get a good gauge. But yeah, Jake, Jake, have a good rest of your night, bud. Oh, Tuxedo Cat, we know. We know when you like to call in. One after the other, Miss Mom says. Oh, man. All right, boys. Now it's time to close it down. We talked fantasy, we talked whiskey, we talked bourbon, we talked all types of stuff. So now it's time to shut it down for real. Go ahead and close the stream out. Let me fix this one real quick. So, again, Alex says Tux will run straight to his car and put the NFL team, all his NFL teams on and see if he's a spider. Bro, facts. But yeah, guys, appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you tune in 4th of July. We'll definitely we'll do a little call-in show, hang out, have some fun. Friday, again, our live streams times are changing. We're going to move to more 9:15, 9:30ish. Haven't set in stone yet, but more than likely. And yeah, on Friday we'll go over some of the fantasy stuff. We'll look out for that video if you guys are interested in playing fantasy football. We'll get that going. Build a team. Only 12 teams, so I'll let you know all the details on that. And then yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in. Real quick, I'll finish off. Danielle's like, don't like spiders. Mr. Mom says, Buddy in Washington says, we've known each other since 1984. Buddy in Texas since 1995. Jesus. That's a long time. Ruthless Ken says, I got drunk tonight. I'm going to bed. Got work early a.m. Hey, Ruthless, you have a good rest of your night, bud. I'm about to go to bed too. Well, I'm about to go clean up, but Big Bob says, good stream, bro. I'll call you from Colorado tomorrow. Peace out. Yes, Big Bob, have a nice flight. Shoot me a text once you get there, and then, yeah, we'll be live on the 4th, early in the morning, though, and then our stream Friday, of course. So, Tuxio says, dang, I hope to be alive long enough to know the people that long. Yeah, me too, right? That's a long one. Let me pull this back up. All right, fellas. I'm shutting her down. Stop distracting me. You know how I like to get distracted. So, appreciate you tuning in. Tune into the live streams coming up. And I will see you boys on the other side. Peace.